gonna start the recording again. Welcome back, recording people. Just finished setting up the scenario. I guess I should have explained the scenario rules. So for those watching the VOD, it's stupid to have done that before. All right, so these doors are locked and they open when some character occupies this at the end of their turn. These doors are locked and open when this, and this pressure plate are occupied at the end of a character's turn. And oh yeah, we were supposed to place the gold treasure chest as well. Whoops. It should be there. There are no other items we need to get out. No. And so in our first room, we'll have Ice Storm and Storm Golem. All right, we still need to do our city event and then our road event. Oops. There we go. All right. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, no. City event first because we can get reputation. Wait, no. Hold on. Now we're at 15. All right. I take that back. Shopping first, actually. So in this instance, because we're at 15 plus 15, even if we gain a reputation, it doesn't increase our discount. Whereas if we lose a reputation, we would reduce our discount. All right. So what do we want to do shopping-wise? Well, the Quartermaster always wants to buy a major and minor power potion now. That being said, this scenario, well, I mean, I guess we don't really know, but I'm not sure I want to replace one of these just with a minor. I would replace one of them with a major, but I think a minor is too much of a side grade on one of these items that I would rather, oh yeah, we have higher max HP now. I'd rather just hang on to them and not make any changes there. So I think that's what we're saving our gold for, is to get major and minor power potions. We're just not quite there yet. So that's fine. Right, we're up to 11 health. Here, again, so we do have the Cloak of Pockets. We have 5 small items. We're not level 7 yet. So we can still use a helm and weapon. Weapon we'll get from our solo scenario, so helm. Is there really any sort of helm that this class would buy? Ooh, a flea-bitten shawl. That's nice. I mean, sorry, I meant flea-bitten shawl is actually nice. I was thinking of that for something else that just popped in my head, but I was thinking Drakescale helm. What value? Or we could have the heavy bassinet. Are we immune to stun and muddle? So there's the hawk helm. Doesn't really do that much. It's only ranged attacks. So it wouldn't increase the range of things like Throw Voice, Provoke Terror, or Singing Arrow. Our range attacks typically have enough range, either range 4 or with a move, so that's just really not necessary. So the only real question would just be Empowering Talisman, which would allow us to use Ring of Haste, probably twice. I don't think so. I don't think it's really worth the money, to be honest. I guess in that case we should just buy an Iron Helmet, to be honest. And then yeah, we actually should. I mean, it only costs us 1 gold effectively since we can sell it back for 5. Unless we have enough gold to do our enhancements now, but I don't believe we do. It's 66 gold to enhance Throw Voice, so yeah, let's just buy an Iron Helmet. Well, it's pretty derpy, without a doubt, but I believe it is correct. So it costs us 6 gold. And no other purchases there, and here we're also saving for enhancement. We have all our item slots covered. Can she bring a summon? She can, but we don't have enough item slots right now. We could replace, for example, our minor healing potion. My biggest point against bringing a summon, so it's pretty expensive. I mean, the minor healing potion is meh anyway, but oh yeah, with the empowering talisman eventually. Oh, so then not get the iron helmet. I'm just her modifier deck just isn't good enough, and I think I'd rather. I mean, I still have to do 4 enhancements to retire her at some point, and I would like to retire this party around the time they get to level 9. So I just don't think I want to invest. I mean, that's a ton of gold then, right? I mean, theoretically, we're looking at. I mean, even if we assume we get the discount before we even do it, we're still minimum at 85 gold for the 2 of them. Yeah, I mean, it's only half of that because we can sell it to get enhancements in the end, but I think I'd rather just save for enhancements. I mean, getting +1 hex on Throw Voice, I think is probably just more valuable than adding a summon. If we had a better modifier deck, if we had more perks, it might be a different story, but for now we just don't. So yeah, I think I'm just going to save for enhancements. I think if going for the summon now, I mean, replacing the minor healing potion with the summon and then eventually maybe buying the empowering talisman rather than the iron helmet, I think this is a fine choice as well, but I'm just going to choose to value the enhancements more. All right, so we can do our city event now since we didn't actually have anything to buy in the end. Did we really buy nothing? No, we bought an iron helmet. Yeah, not nothing. Much better than nothing. All right, city event. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, no. For a second I thought we gained something better, but it's actually not what I thought we gained. I was just thinking it was reputation for a second, but it was not. It was prosperity. That's the opposite of reputation. Reputation we love gaining. Prosperity, not so much. Ugh. And one more prosperity. When we retire this party, we're gonna be prosperity 6. Ah, too high. Don't like. Don't like. Ugh. All right. Let's see, a road event. Oh god. All right. All right, so one prosperity from the city event and no effect from road event. All right, let's set up for the scenario, shall we? Well, this scenario we definitely need more movement, so now we have to go make changes. We also do even one catastrophic bomb for this scenario. God, that's a painful question to have to ask yourself, right? You get this cool new level 6 card, and then you say, huh, is this actually any good here? Because we're fighting against a ton of singularly powerful enemies. The only enemies that are decent at would potentially be wind demons. Everything has high HP, which neither half of Catastrophic Bomb is good against. Literally only Wind Demons is good against. God, that feels awful. That feels awful. Well, let's see. Let's set that there for now. One thing's for sure, we'll be cutting the crappy attack 3 on bottom and bring back some movement. Goodbye restock. Yeah, I mean, even against an elite Wind Demon, we could still use Hasten Step into this, but... Alright, so this goes away, and we grab Reserved Energy. Just doesn't move 4. Which is probably better than Impaling Spear. Yeah, with initiative and all that. Impaling Spear is not good against these enemies anyway. Are we really not bringing our level 6 card? I mean... Oh, is it? No, no. Oh, it is all normal enemies. Huh. Yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, it's not even good. To be honest, I don't use the bottom of this often. It's pretty much always the top. Man. Can we level up and then literally not bring the card? It's not the Catastrophic Bomb isn't a good card either. It's a very good card. It's just this scenario is like really bad for it. Most scenarios there are some enemies that it's good against and some enemies it's bad against. Here it's bad against every single enemy pretty much. Ugh. Is it, I mean, it probably might actually be correct to not bring this. Yeah. I mean, Shield 2, Shield 2, Shield 3. So these 3 nothing. And then these have high HP. I mean, it's kind of fine. Yeah, I mean, it just does nothing against 3 of the 5 enemies in this scenario. Yeah, it's fine against these 2, but oh my god. That feels bad. All right. Cool. Cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. This scenario is going to be a disaster for us. 3 high shield enemies? We're doing +3? Oof. Well, at least we'll lose quickly, and then we can go sleep. All right, we definitely need another movement card, so Nimble Knife gets back in. Oops. We'd also like Defensive Ditty probably over Power Ballad, although Power Ballad seems good because of the shield. Defensive Ditty is just generally very good. I mean, as usual, we want all our cards, so... I mean, this is always coming out for one of these cards. I mean, I guess this, because we have to have a song. Everybody's cut Soothing Lullaby. There are no enemies that wound nor poison. I wonder if... Is Soothing Lullaby just a better song to have in this scenario than Defensive Ditty, though? I wonder. I think it's a really interesting question, actually. Well, let's try Ditty and we'll see. Alright, email up here. I think our deck is probably fine. Whoopsies. All right. Well, let's get into it, shall we? I always dread playing this scenario. Just one of those scenarios. But unfortunately, I've done most of the scenarios I like, so I'm kind of left with only scenarios I don't like. All right. So the key here is getting past the Stone Golem and onto the Savas, because the Savas is the real threat in the room since it can summon, whereas the Stone Golem has a million HP and never dies, and theoretically should be less threatening. Although less threatening is kind of relative, simply because the Savas is so very threatening. 23 health. Is that shield 3 or shield 2? Shield 2. It's going to take us. I mean, his effective health is almost as high as the boss in the last scenario, right? Our attacks are never more than 5, so that's 3 damage per attack. So basically, well, that's reducing the damage by 40% from all our attacks. So if you were to increase, yeah, it's almost as high effective health as the boss in the last scenario. God, our party just cannot deal with shielded enemies. We just have Winter's Edge for 1 attack and that's it. I mean, shielded elites especially. I don't actually know how we deal with this guy. Oh, God, this is exhausting, honestly. This party has some very serious flaws. It's kind of just obnoxious to play, to be honest. Not dealing with shielded enemies is really, really annoying. Just not having a solution to it. Having so little pierce, little wound. No, the party has absolutely no way to poison. That's another thing. Yeah, exactly. Do we have to bring Power Ballad just for this? It feels so bad to bring that card. It's so much worse than Defensive Ditty, but to the best of my knowledge, there's. I mean, yeah, I guess I should probably next perk add the +0 poison, but other than that, no, we have no actual way to poison. I guess we could have grabbed the Poison Dagger instead of the Long Spear. Long Spear has been kind of underwhelming. But nope. No sources of poison. Wound is so slow. Just fighting a 2 shield enemy is miserable. I mean, we saw this. You saw how long it took us to kill a 15 HP Lurker. Here's a 23 HP Savas. All right, well, let's focus on what we can do. Speed run. Just run past him. It's true that we actually don't have to deal with him. The problem is they have like immobilizes and stuff like that. And the next room is kind of a mess. If he's just here, we have to fight into the next room. If one thing walks onto the, well, I guess we got the compass and everything, but no. Yeah, and no jumps. It's true. I mean, like, I don't know. This party feels weak without a doubt, which is crazy, right? Because I'm playing some really powerful classes. I mean, again, the Quartermaster with fixed stamina potions thus far has felt incredibly underwhelming. I mean, I guess he's felt kind of average, which is probably fair. The Soothsinger is very strong, but just can't. This party doesn't have issues with survivability. This party has issues with damage. So the Soothsinger can't really help that much. I mean, I guess at level 9 we can get the better damage song, but and the Elementalist, just, I mean, I don't know. We can do attack 5s, but attack 5s, that's it. Just, I don't know. Yeah, it just feels very meh. Haven't enjoyed this setup very much, to be honest. Which is surprising because I thought it would be stronger. Yeah, stamina push changes affect a lot, I guess. I mean, all 3 of these classes are significantly affected by those changes. One of them more so than any other class in the game. But her not having enough top actions and being able to stamina push in the back really hurts. Him not being able to recur our most powerful elemental. I mean, I guess him kind of less, but still, it's kind of like stamina pushes for him are both like your good initiatives back, as well as the elements you want back. Being able to place their macro multiple times, stuff like that. I don't know. This party has really had some issues. And like, yeah, we have a situation like this, and I legitimately don't know how we deal with it. I mean, it's very possible we can just lose to this first room. I mean, not lose, because obviously we get past it, but waste so much time dealing with this first room that we'll never get somewhere further. I mean, we can use Winter's Edge as soon as possible, but this doesn't really do anything because we do 5 damage to him or 6 damage to him even, but then he still has 17 more health. So the best thing to do is try to get to him and stun him. Yeah, I mean, we can't stun him from there. We need the element created first. I guess we got Provoke Terror to stun him. So we just don't play a song the first turn? Yeah, it's fine. Then we rely on the Elementalist to stun him the second turn? Sure. I mean, it's just like we can CC him for days and just do nothing meanwhile. Not really a very fun way to play. All right. This initiative, actually, we should probably just go as late initiative as possible. He's the high range guy. Yeah, he has range 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he hits us everywhere in the room. Yeah, maybe better to go like this. He immobilizes us. Well, we're not going anyway. Not going first, so we won't get focused. All right, so we need to create ice, which can be done with either of these. This is our biggest movement, though, so we should probably use it as movement and use the other one. Or no, it never works this way. Sure, so let's create ice by attacking. Just one target. I mean, I guess it's just kind of a function of how our party works. We're actually very good AoE, kind of. I mean, we've got stuff like Catastrophic Bomb now, Provoke Terror, Throw Voice, Singing Arrow, Simulacrum, um, Endless Spikes, kind of Burial. We've got a lot of multi-target, but singular strong enemies are really, really difficult for us to deal with. And shield, yeah. Yeah, it's just our party has some weaknesses, and I guess we've just run into those weaknesses a lot, which is kind of annoying. The scenario we did second on Thursday wasn't actually that difficult because we also ran into it less. Although I guess we've also just been against elite lurkers for 2 scenarios in a row and now all these shielded enemies. Yeah, it's just a lot of high shield, but it's high difficulty, so there's a lot of high shield period. All right, anyway, so this works. We create the ice, and then the following turn we can stun with it. We probably want to use this to make sure we go early the next turn when we stun, and then we can use this ice plus a wand to Winter's Edge. So it seems like a nice line. So then we should probably move a bit. Don't really want to move next to the Stone Golem. Don't seem to have a lot of choice in the matter. I guess we can use this plus boots. It's probably fine. As for the Quartermaster, well, we should probably wound the Savas. We only need to move to there. So we always want to do this. We kind of want to be the one to tank as well. Wouldn't be bad if we go early though. Guess we can just move with this. The top of hasten step is going to be garbage this scenario, so using it as a move is fine, I think. All right, let's shuffle all things that need to be shuffled and get into it. Oh, we gotta do battle rolls. Undamaged monster with a single attack, or 2 or less HP at the end. Undamaged monster with a single attack. The lowest HP thing in this scenario is effective 12 HP, so we'd have to do a 12. Right. So basically impossible. We'd have to have, I guess, like robe plus a 5, getting a 6 and a crit, but no thanks. Have 5 or more cards in your hand at the end, or loot no money, tokens, or treasure overlay tiles. Alright, well, we'll try this one. I do really want perks in this class. I'm not super optimistic on winning, though, so I'm probably just loot anyway and not worry about it so much. Use no items, or loot 5 or more tokens. Alright, 5 or more it is. Okay, let's go. Why not some more shield, right? I mean, fortunately, this is not the turn where we're really doing that much damage, but... Alright. So the Ice Storm goes first, creates ice for us. Oh, it can also consume our ice before we go. That's cool as well. Yeah, in that case, I mean, we're going at 17, which is the best we can do. Guess we'll see. All right, so he has -1 range, so he will actually need to move up because it gives him only 5 range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Yeah, and can consume wind as well. It's true. Move up to. Wait, who is his focus actually? His focus is the Quartermaster. So move up to here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack the Quartermaster. It's an attack at -1. So normally attacks for 6, but really here for 5 with Pierce 3. Well, at least something's going right for us. All right, so it does nothing, and then he gives himself 1 additional shield. Well, 1 to him and the Stone Golem. Well, we're not planning on attacking the Stone Golem. So now they all have 3 shield this round. So our attacks will literally not even phase them. All right, so next up is the Quartermaster. We have a move 5 on the bottom of haste and step. Kind of want it to be us who gets hit by the Stone Golem, not our allies, right? But the Soothsayer moves to... Guess she can just move to here. I guess, no, the Soothsayer can just move to here. We were planning on doing this attack 3 on bottom, right? But an attack 3, I mean, even with our good modifier deck, an attack 3 into something with 3 shield is just silly. Better to use that as a generic so we can endurance it back and then use it next turn. So in that case, she'll go to here. Oh no, but with a generic, she can move to here as well. So maybe she's just the one who gets attacked. Otherwise, we have to go just to here. I guess we can just do this as a generic. That works. We'll still take aggro. All right, so we'll just use the bottom of haste and step as a generic move too. And get it back. And then we're going to use the top of Bladed Boomerang, gaining 1 experience, doing an attack 2, range 3 wound, targeting the Savas Ice Storm. Nice. So our attack 3 does no damage. And put wound on him. Alright, then the Elementalist is up next. So we're going to first use Crystallizing Blast, creating a new ice. We're going to use this old ice in a second though. So 1, 2, 3, expand. So we get to hit both of them. Not that it matters much. So we'll do 6 and then 4. Maybe get some elements. Wind? No. No. Nice. +1s on things that can deal no damage. Okay. So then we're going to use the bottom of Raw Enhancement using the old ice to gain 1 movement, or +2 movement and 1 experience. So this gives us 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. So then we're done. So now it's the Soothsayer's turn. So the Soothsayer's going to do a generic move 3 on the bottom of Melody and Harmony. 1, 2, 3 to here. Now we can stun this, and then he can go really late and stun at the following turn. Can we even go later than their summon? I guess worst case scenario, then we just stun the Stone Golem the following turn. So we just move there with the bottom of this as a generic, which is going to allow our default move 3, allow us to gain this back. We're going to use the top of Provoke Terror to stun this. Obviously, it's just much more threatening than this. I'd rather let this hit and make sure I get a stun on the Ice Storm. Okay, so then the Stone Golem attacks at +1, so it attacks 6, targeting the Quartermaster since the Quartermaster has lower initiative. +1, so 7. Block 1 here, so 6. And it takes 1 from the Retaliate. Aha, we found their weakness. Okay, so what's up now? Well, man, Power Ballad would just be so much better here. The problem is we just don't have enough cards we can bring. That's the reason why we don't have that right now. We did need at least 1 move for, I think. It would actually be nice to be able to use the bottom of Singing Arrow here to put a wound on the Stone Golem. But the problem is then we're going early if we start up a song, but we should be starting up a song. This is just correct. If we could start up, for example, Echoing Aria, which would deal some damage, but we're trying to CC things, so I'm not sure that's even correct. Although if we're CCing things, Dens of Didier doesn't do much either. Man, I do wish I had Power Ballad. Disoriented Dirge, definitely not. What if we just don't start up the song this turn and instead use Nimble Knife? This allows us to give a Bless to the Quartermaster and a Curse to the enemies, and then we can still give the wound, but not going too early. Seems fine. So we don't really, I know we kind of do need to move because we need to hit this, but we actually don't. We want to stay here 1 turn so that we can draw another hit off of the Soothsayer. So if we're doing that, so we could buff, the Soothsayer is making 2 attacks here, although one of them is disadvantaged. We could buff them with a Sharpening Kit this turn. But we wouldn't buff the Elementalist, is the shame. It's probably better to wait to use that when we can get the Elementalist as well, but it doesn't seem very likely that that's happening. I don't know. We just shield up, I guess. This makes the most sense. Kind of boring though, but so be it. And hit him with a giant club. Now, but we want to be focused, and we're focusing the wrong enemy this way. That's fine. And then so hit this with a scroll of lightning. So what's the Elementalist doing? So ideally we'd like the Ice Storm to go before us to remove its stun, and then us to stun it again. The problem with us stunning it again is we kind of want to do this to set up Winter's Edge, but maybe we wait one more turn for Winter's Edge then, because we kind of need a later initiative. So what if we use Stoking Hail? Oops, we put things in the wrong spot. Because Stoking Hail or this gives us 28 initiative at the latest, which is not very likely to be after the Ice Storm. This at least has a decent chance of being after the Ice Storm. It's a shame we're not getting Sharpening Kit for our 2 attacks here. And so then what are we going to do with the Dark? Not really much, because then we won't be set up to use Winter's Edge the following turn, nor Simulacrum, unless we flip an element. We could flip an element, and then we can just do Simulacrum. Yeah, we'll see. Or we can use our even wands and then get a guaranteed Simulacrum or something. We'll see. But I think this is correct, because it's really important just to stun it. Okay, that works out. Oh, this. That's pretty unfortunate. All right, well, the Quartermaster goes first. Shield 2 affects self and all adjacent allies. And then we're going to use Scroll of Lightning, creating light, and making an attack 5, range 3, targeting the Savas. +1, so 6, which means 4 damage down to 19. And we're done. Then it is the Soothsinger's turn. So the Soothsinger is going to use the bottom of Singing Arrow to make an attack 1, range 3 wound, targeting the Stone Golem. It's disadvantaged anyway. Oh god. And if I'd done things the other way, yeah, it would have been better. God, how do I always choose wrong? I would have actually stunned it if I had done this attack first, because then the second attack would have been disadvantaged, which would have meant I got this. Instead, I get a crit on my 1 to do a 2. Man, I am so bad at choosing orders. All right, then we're going to attack with Nimble Knife. Yeah, nice. I guess, no, we wouldn't have gotten the stun if we'd done it the other way. We would have just gotten that. So it was exactly the same. Let's see. No, except the other way we would have gotten a crit on the first attack, so we would have gotten 2 more damage the other way. Still strictly worse. All right, so we give them a curse, and we give a blast to the Quartermaster, and our attack 2 does no damage, but we wounded him at least. So then the Stone Golem goes, moves 1 away to lose disadvantage, takes 1 from his wound, and attacks the Quartermaster. So he attacks at -2, so 3. Jeez. So 4, but Quartermaster's 2 shield there, 1 shield here, which actually does retaliate him because we get pulled next to him. So we take 1 damage, and we're immobilized. Okay. Then the Ice Storm goes, loses its stun, takes 1 damage from its wound. That's that. And then the Elementalist turn. So we're going to begin by using the top of Stoking Hail, consuming ice, gain 1 experience to make an attack 2, range 3 stun, targeting the Savas. Okay, new ice. Interesting, although also risky. Oh, I guess he'll be stunned, so it doesn't matter so much. So no damage there, and then we're going to use Burial, creating Dark, make an attack 3, range 4, also attacking the Savas. Okay, so 5, so 3 actual damage. So if we get 1 more element here, we can actually use Simulacrum. We need to move to here. We can hit both of them with Simulacrum. If we use 2 more elements, we can use our Robes of Evocation, maybe the Long Rest before the next room. I think that's probably more reasonable. 1 extra point of damage on both of them definitely does seem like both the wands are worth. So we will create Wind and Earth. using both of our wands. So then we can do a simulacrum next turn. Ooh, with hopefully a sharpening kit. Yes, yes, good, good. All right, so that ends that round. So we really wanted to use the bottom of sharpening kit here. This should provide a significant boost of value. So 23 initiative, can we do it with a better, this is a bad top to use though. So it probably has to be with 23 initiative. That's okay, I think. The Savas is stunned anyway, and the Stone Golem doesn't present that much of a threat. So in this case, we would also like to attack, since we're going to get +1 this round if we do. So might as well use this to attack. And then I guess we just start the song now. We actually don't have any healing anymore because we got rid of that soothing them all. Oh, God. It just feels like we have too many cards that we have to take and just not enough choice. I mean, we probably just shouldn't have tuning the outcome anymore, but then we just don't have enough tops. Man, we need that solo scenario item so badly. Ugh. Yeah, probably just defensive Diddy for now. It's not really going to change anything, right? It changes almost nothing. I just shouldn't have brought this, to be honest. This is stupid. Just provide. It's going to provide something in the next room. I brought this because previously I didn't bring it. I lost the scenario because I didn't bring it. So now I feel obligated to bring it, but it just provides so little. I could set this up instead to get some free damage onto him. Block 1 less, deal 2 more. It's tempting. It's maybe better actually. But if we don't go after him, we're not getting sharpening kit bonus. What if we just go after and disarm? That seems fine. Songs seem to provide absolutely nothing here. We might as well just do this. And this way we get the +1 from sharpening kit. Every point of damage matters here when we struggled this much to deal damage to them. So we also need to go after 23. I guess we can just move with ice spikes then as a generic move. Because we have to go to here. We can't stand still. We want to save Winter's Edge, certainly. Although at this point, it's going to be harder for us to have the wind for it, which is maybe a mistake about using the wand. I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully we flip a wind, right? Yeah. Kind of create ice the following turn or something. God, it really sucks though, because we kind of need to, for example, use Primal Duality this turn to set up Formless Power next turn, and then this to set up that the following turn. But the initiative doesn't work to get this, and this adds 2 damage effectively, which is a really big deal. So this is actually correct, I think. All right, let's do it. Would have liked to see them go through their summon while stunned. Oh no. Oh no. Disaster. Of course. Of course. Oh god. Ugh. I'm just so tired of this scenario already. Every time I come here, I feel the same way. All right, so the Stone Golem sets up Retaliate. Can I? All right, well, so I go first. It's still got to be worth playing the bottom of Sharpening Kit here. It adds... Oh no, because now we don't actually want to hit the Stone Golem. No, I guess we can. We just use the Hawk Helm. Yeah, that's fine. And she's not hitting the Stone Golem either. So it's still worth using Sharpening Kit's bottom. So the question is, we can make an attack 6 and take 3 damage. So we take 3 to deal 3 or 4. Probably worth. All right, well, what we should do is we should use a healing potion first, in case we get one of our flips already. So we're up to 16. All right, so we use the bottom of Sharpening Kit. You and all allies within range 2 add +1 attack to all your attacks this round. We use Giant Club. Oh wait, hold on. No, we don't have the line to be able to spear him. Otherwise, it would have been perfect. We could just use Spear to hit here. All right, so we use Giant Club and hit the Stone Golem. All right. So 5, 6, 7. We take 3 Retaliate, and our 7 does 5. Need every bit of damage we can get on that annoying enemy. All right, the Ice Storm goes. This is its stun. Takes 1 from its wound. Okay. And then it is... Oh, that was actually supposed to go first before us, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. So then next up is the Elementalist. So the Elementalist is going to use the bottom of Ice Spikes as a generic move 2. Oh no, we don't want to move. Yes. Ah, in the end, we could have played something else because we could have used this for initiative. We could have just used this for initiative all along. I don't know why we didn't. And then we could have actually created elements the way we wanted to. What are we doing? Yeah. Guess I was afraid of going at 94, but it actually really didn't change anything. I mean, I guess there's the small possibility I would have killed the stone golem before it went, but it doesn't seem very likely. Nor is that really the priority. All right, so we're going to actually stay right where we are. We're going to consume all the elements, except for fire, which we clicked on anyway, but we don't actually have. So we gain 2 experience, and we get an attack 5, range 2, or sorry, attack 5, range 3, target 2. We're going to use our Hawk Helm to add 1 range to the attack. So this gives us range 4, so we can stay outside of its retaliate range. So we're going to do here and then here. So it's 5, but plus 1 from sharpening. Oh, we have to move because sharp. Oh, no. So we have to take retaliate to hit this. And we're at 6 already? God. Oh, this scenario. God. Otherwise, we could add immobilize and muddle to the Savas and not hit this. We could just knock. I mean, I guess it's correct. It's not getting 1 extra damage on this is not worth taking 3 unless we kill it, but yeah, it's not happening. All right, so we'll just hit it from here and we'll move after. So first this, then this. So, no, other way around. That was my first inclination. It's always wrong. So first the Ice Storm and then the Stone Golem. Both of these are just attack 6s then because we used the robes to add 1. First on the Ice Storm, 7, then on the Stone Golem. Earth, huh? That's really too much. So the Ice Storm, 7, which does 5 actual damage, putting it down to 9. Did we really give it its wound damage? I guess we probably did. Oh, we've hit it this many times and it's like that much health. And then a 6 here, which does 4, putting us down to 3. Okay, and then we have a bottom move, or we can attack with Ice Spike. I don't think that's what we want to do. I don't know where I want to move to either. So kind of missing an element here. Don't have element creation before we go either. So we're going to do a pretty crappy Formless Power. Unless we use this right now, which we definitely shouldn't because we need to be able to use this plus boots soon. All right. Well, I guess we're just going to move in place with Ice Spikes. I don't see any real reason to move anywhere else. This is a pretty good spot to be in. Okay. So then it is the Soothsinger's turn. So what's interesting here is if we get an attack 3 on this, we should probably kill it. I mean, we'd have to get a +1, but our deck is basically always at least a +1. If we get a +1 here, then it's 2 damage, then this just dies. We don't have to worry about it again. He's no longer immobilized. But the Ice Storm is so much more important, but I think it is correct to do it this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the top of Throw Voice to disarm him. Obviously, the biggest threat is these summons, but because he's reshuffled, he's only 2 out of 7 to summon here, so disarming him obviously prevents most of what he does. And then we're going to use the bottom move 3, going 1, no, because we can't. I mean, I guess we can move 1 down, because why not? So we'll just move to there. Oh yeah, and our attack actually has +1 here because of the sharpening kit actually, so we do get this basically guaranteed kill. So make an attack 3 targeting Stone Golem number 6 using the bottom of Melody and Harmony. Punished. Otherwise we would have gotten 8 here, which would have done 6, put this down to 3. Ugh. No, I guess getting a crit meant that we didn't take Retaliate. I was actually being a little bit stupid there. Oh well. I think we're a little bit tired / tilted, etc. All that stuff. Alright, so the Savas is disarmed, but can still summon. It's 4 hexes around him, so we cannot possibly cover all of them. We have no meaningful attacks left on the Quartermaster. No meaningful attacks left here. No meaningful attacks left here. We can't even create wind anymore either. We'd have to use a potion for that. And then we could maybe finish him with this. So regardless, we should use this and this. Even though this is going to be kind of poor. And then what are we doing here? I guess we can use Dirge. Why not? And set up Diddy. Yeah, it would be great if he creates wind. Although, doesn't the only way that he creates wind be him summoning? Does he have another way of creating wind? Do they have 2 creation sources or just 1? To the best of my knowledge. No, I guess we just saw an AoE that creates ice, so I guess he probably does have an attack which creates wind. Alright. Yeah, I think so too. I think you're probably right. Actually, as crazy as that is, it's better for us to just... What's his initiative? He's going to get 17. It's actually better for us just mid-combat reserved energy. Dear God, what does this come to? But it's actually better to just use reserved energy on the Elementalist. We have to go before 17, which we cannot do. So I guess we go later. That's fine. So we need to move down here. That way he can actually create wind himself. Or it can create wind itself. So bigger move, yep. Because our attack right now sucks. We do an attack 3 on something with 2 shield. Oops, my bad. No, it would consume wind, but fortunately not actually, I mean, not summoning, so that's still good for us. Alright, Soothsinger goes first. We gain 1 experience. We activate Defensive Ditty. We give a bless to both allies. And a curse to the enemy. And we're done. So then it's the Quartermaster's turn, so we do move 5 at the bottom of Hasten Step. 4 to there. And then we use the top of reserved energy, gain 1 experience, and 1 adjacent ally may refresh all their spent items. Okay. And then it's the Elementalist turn. Oh, we can't even create wind. Oh my. Oh, that's glorious though. Even though he's disarmed, so he's not doing anything here, he would still increase his push because it's not tied to his attack, so he would still consume the wind. So we still can't Winter's Edge. God, this is just one miserable thing after another. So should we even create ice is actually the very valid question now. Because if we create ice, the Savas can use it, and we can't actually, I mean, the ice does nothing for us without wind, and we can't have wind. I mean, I guess the Soothsinger goes before us at 8 next round and creates wind using the minor mana potion. God, it sucks to have to use a minor mana potion here. It's just the first room, but yeah, it's got to be correct. All right. So we've got to move to creating ice. Just leaving this, I guess. So be it. Move to here. I guess there's no reason to move first ever here. But wait, what is it? So that's what I wonder as well. I thought about that as well when I said it. I don't know. I really don't know if he actually does, like, if he increases what he would push without actually having anyone to push. I don't think this is covered anywhere in the rules, to be honest, nor in the FAQ, this sort of thing. Because yes, I mean, I agree at this point. Well, even you yourself said that there seems to be some debate about whether monsters who can't do anything still do their element-related things. But yes, I mean, it is generally agreed upon, I guess, that, for example, if element consumption is tied to an attack and they're not attacking, they won't do the element consumption. Or if element consumption is tied to a move and they're not doing a move, then they won't. But for push and stuff like this, I have no clue. So, and this, I mean, and it gets so much murkier too. Let's say, because there are other abilities like this. Let's take a step further, right? So here, we've got one word increases this. What if it was something that was like consume wind? So he has a line on his ability that says like consume wind, and there's something similar to this for other monsters in the game, but consume an element, have an effect on all adjacent enemies, right? Would they consume that element then as well, or no? If there are no adjacent enemies. To me, they do because it's like them performing an action. They consume the element, they perform the action, but then the action does nothing. They still try to perform it. So that's the same reason here. I don't know. It's just always been easier for me just to assume that they consume the elements and try to. I mean, and improve the ability as much as possible, even if it doesn't get actually. I mean, it improves an ability which affects no one. If you could find a concrete example, this would be enormous. But otherwise, the thing that targets has no targets, can it be done? But so a player can't play something that requires a target that has no targets. So it's true that a player, for example, if I had like an attack 3, yeah, I mean, like let's use Crater as an example. Well, all right, no. Let's say I had an attack 3 push 2 and I could consume Earth to give it +2 push and gain 1 experience. I would not be able to do that if I couldn't attack anyone. So from player logic, you're correct that I wouldn't. But it's more tied to, do we consider that monsters always try to perform their actions no matter what, which is different, right? Like, I mean, to me, the theme of this ability is that he creates like this flow of air that pushes everything away from him, right? So the idea is, to me, he always does this. He pushes everything away with this air. And if wind is infused, then he pushes things further. But here there's nothing to push, but he still he still shoots air all around him. You understand? It's still having this effect this round. So it's just not affecting anything, is the way I've always looked at it for monsters. To me, monsters don't decide whether they can or can't do something. They just simply do all their things that they can do. And so in this case, to me, he pushes with a higher push. It's just on nothing. But I agree that I'm not sure that that's based in anything rules wise logically. So I'm really not sure. But it's how I've always played it. So if you can find something, I mean, I would love to see something definitive one way or another, because then this would make the decision easier for me. But for here, I'm going to go with what's more disadvantageous to me, which is assuming that he does still do this, even though it doesn't target anyone. I would love to be proven wrong, but when in doubt, do what's worse. All right, so we're going to use the top of Formless Power, consuming Earth, gaining 1 experience, which just gives us an attack heavy range 3, targeting the Ice Storm. Oops, we're over here. +1, all right, not bad. So we get 2 damage on him. And then we have this move 2, which creates ice. Guess we go up to here and create ice. Okay, so then the Ice Storm goes and does nothing except takes 1 damage from his wound. So we need to get adjacent to both our allies. I guess we can do that by moving there easily enough. All right, here we go. Let's hopefully finish him this round. Okay, good. So we'll begin by using the bottom. We gain 1 experience because we have a song up. Using the bottom of Echoing Aria as a generic move 3. 1, 2, 3 to here. And then we'll play the top of Tuning the Outcome, Bless, affect all adjacent allies. So giving each of them a Bless. Okay. And then at 15, we have, and then we use our Minor Mana Potion, creating Wind. 15, we go here, so we consume Ice and Wind, gain 1 experience, which gives us an attack 5, range 4, pierce 4. Targeting the Savas. We cannot miss! Alright, create fire, perfect. Where's that? So we do just 5 damage to him, which puts him down to 1, so he will die to his wound. Thank God. The struggle is real. Literally all our... Took us 5 turns of 3 characters to kill two enemies. I mean, that's kind of how this room is set up, I suppose, but I think this room is supposed to be kind of an easy introduction to the scenario. The next room is the hard part. We didn't lose too much health. Alright, and then we have the bottom of Primal Duality. I couldn't even make it even if we use the boots. But I guess we can just move up a... No, because the Quartermaster's going there anyway. No, we'll just stay where we are. We'll move and create the 2 elements just in case we decide not to long rest, but I think we're almost certain. I guess we don't actually really need a long rest, but it does allow us to heal. I mean, then we can create 2 elements when we long rest as well. I think we'll see. We'll stay there for now. All right, so the next up is the Quartermaster. So we're going to do a move to shield oneself to there. This is just going to give us experience, so why not? Gain 1 experience and attack with Iron Bulwark. You don't have... No. Nope, okay. So attacking with Iron Bulwark. Ah, nice. Well, that's actually good, getting out the miss. So then it goes and dies to its wound. I mean, triple long rest is just so free, it would be silly not to. So you do triple long rest. Oops. Ah, I'm an idiot. I always forget to illuminate them. I'm not sure if there are any more ice storms, but we'll see. All right. So here we just get 2 health back. Here we get absolutely nothing back. Here we get 2 health back, and we'll use our wands on our turn while long resting to create both wind and air. Not sure how useful those will be, but why not? Okay, to bring back defensive Diddy or not? I guess we probably shouldn't. We've got enough. I mean, we've still got 4 charges of endurance potions, and I think we'd like to have defensive Diddy when we go into this room and be able to play another top. We've got 2 very good tops now in Provoke Terror and Throw a Voice. I think tuning the outcome always has to be the card to get rid of here. Just our weakest card we have to keep the move for, because we've got to move a lot in this scenario. Alright, Winter's Edge stays, Primal Duality stays, Fertile Vortex probably stays, as does that. Ice Spikes seems absolutely essential. So Macro obviously stays, Burial is... Honestly, Burial's kind of medium here. It's an attack 3 against all these things, but there are going to be Ice, Wind Demon, or Frost Demons in this room, so... Well, Stoking Hail is both the stun and the fire setup for Ice Spikes. The biggest problem with Stoking Hail is that both halves are actually pretty important. We need the huge movement. We need this huge movement as well. So we kind of want all our cards, huh? Yeah, maybe we just get rid of Formless Power then, to be honest. Once you have Simulacrum, it's a little bit more redundant. Although we could use Formless Power busting in this room. I mean, this turn. And then still set up Simulacrum for afterwards. We could also just use Simulacrum this turn, but we'd only get medium Simulacrum, not a true Simulacrum, unless... I mean, the Quartermaster could go first and create light for us, but we're still missing an element, which we cannot have. No, better I think to bust in with this then. Yeah, maybe it is just Burial that we could... Burial will be good in this room specifically. After that, it will be bad. Kind of need every single one of these cards. The problem with combo-related classes, it can't be Primal Duality because that's our combo afterwards. We need to move forward from this. We just need every one of these cards. I mean, another card we don't, that isn't particularly integral is just Raw Enhancement, but again, we're going to need a lot of movement for this scenario. This isn't so good going forward, but is good specifically for this one coming turn. Otherwise, with Wind and Earth, we don't really do anything. I mean, like I said, we can just use this. Otherwise, we can go in and hit things with Crystallizing Blast, but it's so terrible in this scenario. I mean, I guess that's fair. The fact that we can use Robes of Evocation with Crystallizing Blast and maybe create a bunch of elements, it makes it easier to get a good Simulacrum the following turn. But creating Ice is also bad because there are Frost Demons in this scenario. And maybe more Savas. I don't think this next room does have the Savas. Maybe just get rid of this. Such a good initiative, though. We have such initiative issues. This is one of our 2 good-ish initiatives. It can't be Ice Spikes, but and without this, I mean, Ice Spikes needs this. I think creating fire, actually this coming turn is probably a very good idea to set up an Ice Spikes the following turn, because we just need that wound damage ticking as soon as possible. So if our plan is to do something like this going in, which I think is fine, On the following turn, we're going to do Ice Spikes, plus then I guess Primal Duality, in order to set up Simulacrum. Maybe it's just Burial. Really don't know. Sure. Just get rid of that. Is an attack 4, range 4 really that valuable this turn? Is it not better to actually just use Crystallizing Blast this turn and get to keep Burial? Yeah, that's actually stupid. Because then we get an attack 3 range 4 for free as a bottom action in the future. So let's not be dumb. I guess the issue is just we're afraid of Crystallizing Blast helping enemies. Yeah, we get rid of Iron Bulwark. This is always our weakest card. Easy first choice. All right, so going with these two cards. I don't know what our initiative will be. Which one of those we want, we'll see. I guess later initiative is better to hope that we create the ice after the frost demons go. And there can be wind demons, so they can consume our air, but they can't consume both elements, so we'll always get one, and we only need one. I'm sorry, I tapped the microphone there. So us, we want to go in. Guess we can move with Echoing Aria to go early so that we can get an AoE stun, which is quite valuable. We can get Echoing Aria back since we need to use Endurance Potion anyway. Okay, so then what are we doing? Probably winning something. Winning something that won't get Ice Spike the following turn. And then we can create light in the future, potentially, when it's more relevant as well. It's always just better to get this sooner, I think. But Sharpening Kit is valuable. It could actually make Crystallizing Blast a lot better. What if we try to stay here? But then we'd only be able to reach to this line if we use Sharpening Kit. It is nice, though. Go with this. Like this. Sharpening Kit gives us 1 extra attack, but gives a ton of extra attack to the Elementalist. Although with all their shields, but it can still make a difference. It could actually, I mean, it can be the difference in 0 and 1 damage, so it could still add like 3 or 4 damage in the room. I think that's worth it. There's a small chance that it sucks if we can't hit anything, but we still hit 40% of the room or something like that. Yeah, let's do it. It's a bit greedy, but honestly, we probably need to be a bit greedy to beat the scenario, if we're being honest. All right, bottom of Echoing Aria as a generic move 3 for the Soothsinger. 1, 2 to there. All right. There are our enemies this close up. That's good. I wasn't actually sure. I don't remember this room that well. I had a vague idea of what. Oh my god, there is another ice storm in here. That's scary. And 2 wind demons as well. At least there are no elite wind demons. Now I a little bit regret not bringing catastrophic bomb, because 14 direct damage, if I could set it up on both of them, would be glorious. All right, let's set their things. Did not remember there being an ice storm in this room, which is a bit scary. Summoning right away too, huh? All right. Well, let's see here. And you're gonna try to mess with my elements, and just doing all sorts of nonsense. Set the hells. 10 for the wind demons, 12 for the frost demons, 16 for the ice storm. Okay. So we have. Oh, we can stun. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So we have 1 movement left. Might as well just open this door, right? Just to clear ourselves some more space. The choke point doesn't really matter. 2 can always hit us. Unless we're going to fall back into here, we can't do that anyway. I don't think I want to move up just next to them. I'd rather let the Quartermaster. I guess the Quartermaster's not going up there, huh? Huh. But we can't move back one anyway. We've already used 2 movement. We only have 1 more. So either we go up 1 more, or we just stay here. I think I'm in favor of... I guess by going up 1 more, actually it makes Disorienting Dirge better. So sure, I guess let's just go up here. Okay, so we move there with Echoing Aria, and then we're going to use a charge of Stamina or Endurance Potion to get Echoing Aria back. And then we're going to use the top of Provoke Terror to do some AoE stun. Beautiful. Okay, so then next up is the Quartermaster. I almost said Brewmaster again. We're going to first use the bottom of Sharpening Kit. You and all allies with a range 2 at +1 attack to all your attacks this round, and then we're going to gain 1 experience and use Bladed Boomerang as an attack 3 range 3 wound, and I guess we'll do Frost Demon number 1. Sure. Okay, so we just get 2 damage in the end, out of 10, and wounding it. Okay, and so then it is the Elementalist turn. So we don't actually need to move, do we? 1, 2, 3, expand. Yeah. And I do want to hit them because they're the non-shielded ones. All right. So we can move after. So what we'll do, the element we consume here has no significance whatsoever. We're going to create fire when we move, so it's always fire they're going to consume from us. So we'll use Robes of Evocation to consume, I guess, air. Sure, why not? Which adds +1 to our entire attack, and we have +1 from Sharpening Kit, so this makes Crystallizing Blast an attack 3, and we'll do 1, 5, and then 2, 6 in that order. So our attack creates ice, and these are all attack 3s. So 1, 5, 2, 6 in that order, all attack 3. Okay, so 3 damage and then 6 damage. And then 2 and 6. Okay. Okay. So 6 and then 3. So 6 minus 2. I believe they do have 2 shield, correct? Oh, 3 shield? Jeez. Come on. That's unbelievable. God, this party. Shielded enemies. This scenario really is a nightmare scenario for this party. Okay. And so then, so all we created there was ice. So we're just going to get to create 1 more element here. Well, we're going to do move 2, which creates fire. Guess we're just going to move to here because we want the corner. Well, I guess that's coming up here anyway. Use our boots to go further. Is it burial that we want to use next turn? No, we need to go early next turn. Our goal is actually, our goal was to use ice spikes, but the fact that they're going to consume fire always here means we're never going to get to use ice spikes next turn. God, this element, I hate playing this class. I really, really do. I do not enjoy this class. It's like almost every enemy finds a way to make it frustrating for you. God. I mean, all right. I guess it's because of my own stupid rules, right? If you play, yeah, I mean, this is fair. It is actually possible that playing this class and using my dumb rules for enemy elemental consumption actually just adds too much of a headache. To clarify what I mean is, normally when an enemy does this, you get to choose which element it does, because there's no rules regarding this, it's just ambiguous. So it consumes any element to create ice. So if there are multiple different elements, you would choose. However, because I don't like to give myself choices in the case of ambiguity, because I don't like giving myself the opportunity to exploit things, I've done away with this and follow a more strict rules. And the first rule is always that enemies consume their opposite, the element which negatively affects them, which seems logical and makes it consistent. So in this case, it's going to consume fire. This is a really big issue because by far the most effective thing I can do against all these high shielded enemies is to wound all 3 of them while they're clumped up, which would be incredible by using the ice spikes next turn. But it's actually impossible now because I don't have a mana potion there, I have no mana potion there. So I just cannot do it because I can move to create fire this turn, which is my goal, but then the Frost Demon is going to consume it afterwards. I could have stunned them instead, but then this would have summoned another thing and these would all attack. It was definitely better to stun back there. God. So the best I can do then is to Ice Spikes them the following turn by using a mana potion. I guess I can use this as a generic move instead, because there's just no reason to create fire here. So we can get it back, and then I can do it next turn, actually. All right, sure. So we're going to use the bottom of Stoking Hail as a generic move, and we have a move 2. I guess we can use our boots next turn, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll just go to here. It seems fine. Is this fine? I guess we kept Burial. No, we need to create fire on bottom next turn. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is better. Just makes it easier for the Quartermaster to move up without having to worry about our initiative. Yeah, I guess I'll just move to there now. I think that's probably correct. All right. I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm kind of tilted. So Wind Demons are stunned, do nothing. And then the Frost Demons go. Like I said, they're going to consume Earth and create ice. So they make attack -1, so attack 4s. This one takes 1 from its wound. Down to 6, and they both attack the Soothsayer. It's also crazy. I mean, she doesn't even have shield here, but the amount of things that have had Pierce this scenario as well. When bringing defensive today, we definitely made a mistake there. All right, so 2 attack 4s on the Soothsayer. Okay. Jeez. All right. So that would be 10 damage. Would be down to 1 life. Sure. Why not? All right, and then the Ice Storm goes and is also stunned. So we can Disorienting Dirge 4 things, which will put 4 curses into their deck. That's got to be correct. And we should always be playing Throw Voice. Ah, when monsters do push-pull, it needs a target? Ah. Too late to go back retroactively. Thank you, ECO. Where did you find that? So you always need a target for the consumption. All right, that's great. I mean, that would be great, because if we had our minor mana potion here, we could do a much better turn, but yeah, learned it too late. Thank you. Where did you, or what did you find? Oh, in the rulebook. Okay. Even referring to monsters, or something which is general enough which can be applied to monsters? Oops, so we should have gotten back this. Okay. I'm not sure what to do here. Okay, so they always infuse. That's good to know. Thank you. I mean, we kind of need to create fire again so we can do that. Unfortunately, even if we AoE disarm them, they're not going to be clumped anymore. The Elementalist also, or the Soothsayer also can't take any more hits. So I don't really know how we're supposed to deal with that. We could disarm 3 of the enemies in the room, but there is still these 2. Quartermaster can't jump to the other side. I guess we can actually just use the Ring of Haste to move away on her turn. That's probably fine. All right, so what is everyone else doing then? I guess if he goes earlier and creates light, then we can go after. We can consume the ice and the light with the top of Formless Power. Oh no, we ended up not keeping it. With the top of... It seems bad to use Simulacrum without both. It's just the opportunity for this isn't going to come again. I mean, we can use the bottom of this to create fire, which is actually quite useful, but giving up the top of Winter's Edge seems really dumb in here. Which tops do we want to play? So we want to play Simulacrum, want to play Ice Spikes, want to play Winter's Edge. Yeah, we have to have all these tops. And here we're playing a bottom. The problem is all of these tops require more setup, and our setup was just ruined last turn. So this is a bottom, this is a bottom, this is a bottom. This can be either, but it's just terrible right now as a top. So does that mean we just have to play Simulacrum now? Guess so. So using the light and the ice. And if they consume the ice, I don't know. I don't know. So we need to go early. Might as well move and shield. I have a high degree of certainty this is, again, going to get messed up somehow. All right, well, the Soothsayer goes first. It's 1 experience for having a song up. It's 1 experience for playing the bottom of Disorienting Dirge. Giving a bless to both allies. Both are within range 3, I assume, yes. And gives out, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4 curses. Then we have Throw Voice. So who do we want to disarm? Well, definitely the Ice Storm, I guess, because otherwise it's consuming our ice, which we kind of need. So sure. We have range 3. 1, 2, 3, expand. We disarm all 3 of them. It's also just the more efficient disarm. And then, because we need to not die, at the end of our turn, we're going to play Ring of Haste, which allows us to play a bottom action. We're going to play the bottom action of Melody and Harmony to do a move 3, attack 3, range 3. We're going to go 1, 2 to here. We'll make our attack 3, targeting Frost Demon number 1. Guess we'll use our healing potion also while we're at it. Just for good measure. Okay, nice. +2, which means this one will die. Down to 1. Alright, so we're done. So the Ice Storm goes, creates wind, interesting. Doesn't consume ice because he doesn't attack, has 2 retaliate and melee range. Oh man, if only we played Winters. Oh my god. Alright, whatever. So then next up is the Quartermaster. So the Quartermaster is going to perform a move to shield oneself, move to here. No, actually we want to attack first because we won't be able to reach there and hitting those matters less. Because we can actually kill these. So we're going to make an attack 5 range 3. We're going to target Frost Demon number 5 with the top of Scroll of Lightning. So creating light, attacking that Frost Demon. Nice. So we get back our minor healing potion. Fortunately, I would have preferred a +1 here, but it is what it is. So that puts this down to 1. Guess he'll die. No, he won't die to the retaliate because he's doing a ranged attack this round. Smart. Smart. Okay. Now we can still kill him somehow. And then we move there, giving ourselves shield 1. So then it's the Elementalist turn. So we don't have this anymore either. We couldn't create another element? No. We want to move to here so that this goes to here so that they keep their clump. Be good to kill this Frost Demon before it attacks, I guess. None of these things are attacking this round. Kind of sucks though, because if we use Simulacrum, I mean, as an attack 5 against that, it sucks. We can use it as an attack 2. I mean, is there any value to leaving these elements? Not really. Next turn, we're going to use Ice Spikes no matter what, and we don't have Robes of Evocation to buff it in any way. Definitely needs to be Ice Spikes next turn. The sooner we get the wound on those 3, the sooner we may actually eventually, slowly but surely kill them. I mean, these stops 40 to 60% of our damage on them. That's just crazy. That is a crazy amount for them to stop with against a party that has 1 source of Pierce. So yeah, we have to get that wound on them. So no matter what, we're doing this. So how would you use Simulacrum? Well, I guess if we're hitting him, we want to move away from him. So let's just move first. We want to go here, again, because this is going to move towards its focus, so we can go here, but as a ranged enemy, it typically stays further away from more enemies, so it goes here. So it makes sense that we need to go precisely to this spot. All right, so we move there and we create fire. So we have the ice, the air, and the light to use. So we're going to use Simulacrum no matter what. We're going to use just, I guess, the second line then. So we gain 1 experience. We consume, I guess, the ice and the air because they can use those, and we're using fire next turn anyway. And we do an attack 2, range 3, 2 target. We're just going to hit Frost Demon number 5 and I guess Savas number 4. So the Frost Demon and then the Savas. All right. Getting a crit on our attack 2. Talk about the value. So that does 2 actual damage to the Savas. We didn't kill one thing we wanted to kill. All right, when demons go, they're disarmed. Oh, he already lost his disarm as well. Okay. And then the frost demons go. This one dies to its wound. This one moves back 1. I guess as a melee enemy, it would prefer to be adjacent to things, so I guess it would move here. It's actually worse for me, but sure. Moves back there, attacks the Quartermaster at an attack 5 range too. All right, so we have defensive Diddy up for 1 shield, and we block 1 here as well. So that's 2, which means we take 3 damage to this. Okay. And that's the round. So as planned, Ice Spikes with the earliest no, it's got to be this. This has got to be correct. This allows us to do Winter's Edge. No. Yeah, this should be dead. And they just use their ice consumption? Yes. This has got to be the turn to do this. All right. I don't think the 2 initiatives should matter that much. So here we need to use a generic bottom at some point. We can get a nice AoE 3-target curse, which is probably the best thing we can do. Is there a chance we win? We need to move up more than that no matter what. Guess we should go earlier to make sure that they stay in their little clumping when we get to do the cursing. Giant Club is actually nice here. We can do a good skewer. Yes, skewering like this so that we kill this off as well. That seems good. And again, best to go as early as possible, even if we're going to lose out on our shielding in the future. No, actually, I think it's better to go slightly later then, and to try to keep... No, but the shielding's going to... Well, I guess we don't actually even have anything to do next turn, because we just don't have enough good actions. Man, not having stamina potions in this class is so brutal. Because I've never even noticed this before, but I mean, the class has to bring some kind of like janky actions, but it's not such a big deal, right? Because you bring, I mean, for example, we have reserved energy. The top is good out of combat. The bottom is good as a movement, I mean, etc. So you usually can supplement this by just, playing Scroll of Lightning a bunch when you're in combat, or playing primarily just playing Scroll of Lightning a bunch when you're in combat. And you get to do this so freely because, you play your bottom actions and this, and then you play your Giant Club in this, and then you stamina potion them all back. Man, this class is just, I don't know, it goes from like a 5 to 2.5 or something, maybe 3 with stamina potion change. It is enormous. I really cannot comprehend, because like I said, I've played this class before. It was completely stupid, and now it just feels, man, the flaws show through so much. This class is really founded upon stamina potions so much. It's insane. So many turns where I feel like I just kind of do derpy stuff. I mean, I guess it could be my hand construction. Maybe the way I built the class or something. Anyway, I mean, this turn is still fine. The issue is next turn is going to suck. Go there, skewer. Yep. All right. Let's do it. So first up is the Soothsinger, who gains 1 experience for having a song up. We're going to do a generic move 3 with Echoing Aria. We should try to get the 2 check marks. It's possible we can win. Who knows? I guess we need to go 1, 2, 3 to here. Because we don't want to get focused by them. If we're here and the Quartermaster goes here, then we'll get hit by this Wind Demon, which we really don't want. And Tara said, it felt to me like it would be an 11 card hand size if it weren't for stamina potions, or even 12. Reminds me of a certain other 9-carder. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that is my solution for that other 9-carder, is to play it with 11 card hand size, so that you can actually play the losses and stuff. I mean, I agree. It's like, without stamina potion, I mean, this class normally has stupid longevity, right? But without stamina potions, it has no longevity. I mean, you also have so many actions that's difficult. I mean, and recovering these, even if you were, for example, even if I use a major and I try to play generic actions a lot and I recover them, it still takes so much time to net that longevity back that you even though these are for most classes better for longevity, for this class the longevity difference is enormous. So a class which normally had, I mean, never ever had longevity issues, despite being able to play 1 or 2 persistent losses easily per scenario, even not going for the infinite build. Here, the longevity, I mean, I never get to, I mean, I brought Reinforced Steel, which is an amazing card. I used it one time and it caused me to lose a scenario. I never even get to use it. It feels terrible. I mean, obviously the class is designed around stamina potions, which I guess is maybe one of the reasons Isaac is hesitant to actually fix stamina potions, because it, I mean, the game has some cracks which show through, although the game has some cracks. I mean, the other version of this class with stamina potions is also, I would argue, a crack which is showing through, so I don't know. Anyway, we use the bottom of Echoing Aria as a generic oops, so these selected, interesting. As a generic move, so we're going to get it back. And then we're going to use the top of Singing Arrow to do a little 3-hex curse. And then we're done. So then next up is the Quartermaster, who's going to perform a generic move 2 at the bottom of Reinforced Steel. Moving to here. Do we need to? No, we don't. And then we're going to use the top of Giant Club, gain 1 experience. We're going to use the Long Spear during your single target attack melee action, turn the attack into the following. And so we're going to skewer both the Frost Demon and then the Wind Demon in that order. All right. Well, at least that was the right order. Okay, so that's done. Enters, by the way, I think when I play that class in this campaign, I'm actually going to try playing it with 11 cards and with that subsection of cards banned. I really actually do want to give it a try. I think it would be fun. And honestly, after having even just done a couple scenarios with the Mind Thief and that level 9 augment with the Source of Dark, I'm over that sort of ability so quickly that I'm certainly happy to try to play something different. Plus, it would give me an opportunity to point to whether it's too good or not, and maybe, I mean, I can see whether 11 cards is correct. Maybe it's supposed to be 10 cards. I think 11 is more likely to be accurate, though. But I think it'll be interesting to try, and probably more fun for the viewers than watching me, I mean, do what I can certainly do with that class. All right, so we're done there. So now it's the Elementalist turn. So I'm going to use, I need to move away. Here I'm getting hit by 1. That's not that big a deal. All right. How much health do we actually have left? 8? Yeah, that's fine. All right, so I'm going to move back with the bottom of Infernal Vortex. Creating ice doesn't really matter so much. We just have to move back first no matter what. And then we're going to use Ice Spikes. We're going to consume fire and gain 1 experience. And this gives us an attack 2 wound clumped like this. So we'll do 2, 4, 6 in that order. Nothing to add attack here. I mean, yeah, it's not worth using this. So 2, nothing, nothing, nothing. A whole lot of nothing. At least we got 3 wounds and a bunch of enemies that we actually just cannot damage. Okay, cool. And then we're going to use our Wand of Storms to create wind. So that we can use Winter's Edge next turn. All right, then the Wind Demons go. Oh no, they're going to create wind. Never mind. Never mind. All right, so they're going to create wind. They each take 1 damage. Oh, hold on. Do we need to move there? I wasn't paying attention to this, but that's actually going to hit both of us then. So I know this is kind of retroactive, but hold on. If we go there, I mean, this doesn't really change anything. I just wasn't paying enough attention because we were discussing other stuff. -1 movement. So he has 2 movement. So we can go to here or to here. No. Yes. So we have to move back to here. Or here. 4. Like this. And then we could have hit all of them. So we'd have had to use our boots. That's fine. Have we used our... Oh, we'd used our boots before. Oh, no. All right. Well, yeah, we've done something stupid then. I'm not paying enough attention here. Oh, well. Oh, well, oh, well. Well, they've got a bunch of curses in their deck. I'm sure we'll be fine, right? So then the wind demons are going to attack us. Ah, but actually the pull is going to... No, the pull's going to mess it up for them. Okay, so it should be fine, I think. So first, I already did the damage to them, right? Yes. So this wind demon will attack Quartermaster. This wind demon will attack Elementalist. They attack at 3, and they do a pull 1. And they already created the wind, yes. So on the Quartermaster, okay, well, he has the helmet. So we have just 1 shield from Defensive Ditty, right? So 2 damage. And pull to here. And then the Elementalist goes, then the attack on the Elementalist. +1. So 4, we have 1 shield. Take 3. About those curses. Let me go to here. No, he still hits both of us. Well, hopefully we see those curses, like I said. Okay, then the Ice Storm goes. Frost Demons have been eliminated. Takes 1 damage from his wound as well. Has to go... Oh no, actually doesn't even need to move to hit both. Yep. Can just stay where he is and hit both. So attack -1, so attack 3, first on the Quartermaster. And has Pierce, so ignores all shield. So it was 3 + 1 is 4. And then on the Elementalist. Thank God. Although Quartermaster's just in about as bad of a spot. All right. Excuse me just 1 second. I'm just going to quickly go to the bathroom and refill my water. All right, I'm back. Hey, welcome, Garlord. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if you were here for the vote, but I will just post this. I'll link this again for anyone who hasn't voted yet, if you'd like to. Tomorrow we will be doing a solo scenario, and you're all welcome to vote on which one we do. The vote is right there. We'll be doing at least 1, maybe 2, depending on how long it takes. And yes, that's fair. All three of them do have good solo scenario items. Okay, so what's up first here? So Echoing Aria is good if we can get everyone to focus one target, although I guess the Pierce on the Savas makes this less relevant, although we don't have anything better to do, so I think doing this does make sense. These two cards also make sense because it's also the best we can do, even though it really sucks, but I think it's still better to play this turn like this. Could long rest? No, I don't think so. And here, we're going to run away with this, and we're definitely using Winter's Edge to hopefully kill one of these enemies. All right, let's go. Okay, so the Soothsinger goes first. We gain 1 experience. So he has 3 Pierce. So if we do Echoing Aria, it'll do nothing to negate his damage, but it'll negate essentially all the damage from the Wind Demons, but we're probably killing one of the Wind Demons anyway with Winter's Edge. Simply because they have more shield, it's more reasonable to attack them, I guess. I mean, it still blocks 2 damage this round, I guess. It just blocks 2 damage, huh? That's also pretty scary what he's doing there. Yeah, Themra said that triangles is fun. Corlo, which are the worst ones that you've done? Just so I know, because that's why I've been so hesitant to do solo scenarios, because I've heard that the design of some of them is extremely RNG dependent and not very fun. So +1 attack here is 5, and we have 6 health here, and we don't get to negate anything, but I guess we get to use a healing potion first, right? Yeah. Cthulhu? Okay. Cthulhu Crygart? Yeah, I'd heard those two before. Okay. Yeah, let's just use Echoing Aura. I think this is correct. All right, so we'll do this. We can use Echoing Aura, which gives us 1 but then I guess we're not getting anything with Nimble Knife. But if we move up with Nimble Knife, we're just getting hit, which is not helpful. All right, Echoing Aura and nothing with the top of Nimble Knife. Sure. All right, so the next up we've got the Elementalist. So yeah, I think it's correct to kill a Wind Demon. They just have higher shield. So let's do Primal Duality. First to move away, to lose disadvantage, we'll move back to here, creating light and dark, and then we'll use the top of Winter's Edge, consuming ice and wind, gaining 1 experience, and making an attack 5 range 4 pierce for targeting Wind Demon number 2. Cannot afford to miss on this attack. All right, thank God. Creating fire. So our attack does 5 damage, which puts this down to 1. So it'll die to its wound. All right, and then we're done there. Nothing else to do for us. Create Earth, which would allow us to use like Burial, allow us to short rest and use Simulacrum effectively. Short rest early. Otherwise, we just don't have any top to do next turn. So it's probably correct. Oh, if we create Wind, actually we can do an attack 5 with Enhancement. Because neither of these elements will be consumed. No, Wind will be consumed by Wind Demons, so we can't do that. All right, yeah, let's plan on short resting early. God, we're not gonna have barely any turns. No, we'll be fine. Only have 2 cards left or lost at that point. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so we'll use the Wand of Tremors to create Earth. This way, we can use Simulacrum with 2 effects next turn. Okay. So then it's the Quartermaster's turn. We could actually let him refresh all his items. We don't want to use the Wand of Storms, though. Is that better than just making 2 attack 2s into something like this? Well, no, the attack 2s can also refresh our items. All right, well, first things first, we're going to use our Minor Healing Potion to heal for 3. And then we're going to use the bottom of Hasten Step as a move. No, sorry. The bottom of Reserved Energy as a move 4. We're just going to move over to here. This is still there because we got pulled onto it. We didn't end our turn on it. And then we're going to use the top of Hasten Step to make attack 2 and then attack 2. We're just going to stay where we are. both targeting the Savas. Okay, so 4, and that's what we wanted. Got this back. I think we'll just use it again immediately at the end of our turn there. Going up to 12, and so we got 4 damage on him, or an attack for 4, which does 2 damage to him. Because he does have 2 shield, yes. All right. So then the wind demons go. So this one dies to its wound. This one takes 1 damage from its wound, and is going to move up and attack Quartermaster. Oh, actually it doesn't need to move up to attack the Quartermaster, right? Yeah. Yep. All right, so actually just attacks from there, makes an attack 3 on the Quartermaster. -1, didn't actually need it. We've got 3 more than enough shield, so it does no damage. Okay, and then the Ice Storm goes, takes 1 from its wound down to 10, pushes the Quartermaster back 2, and then makes an attack +1 on the Quartermaster, so an attack 5, which pierces all the shield. 6. Oof. Feel like we just healed back up from there. Okay, and that's the end of the round. So short rest here. It's gotta be. Short rest everywhere, actually. Oh, come on! I mean, I guess I have my 2 worst cards in my hand, but... So, I have to keep this, because I can't kill these enemies without it. It's also very difficult to use to kill them, though, because they create these... They consume these elements. But it's just necessary. Now, the problem is if I reroll and I get Simulacrum, this is actually a disaster for me. But I am supposed to reroll this. I can't lose Winter's Edge when... I mean, this is this scenario. And my team has no Pierce. I knew it! I knew it! Oh my god, come on! That's... Should never have said can't lose Simulacrum, though. Cool. Just bring back the song. It's not really doing anything. It's soon time to get Swords and Dirge up. Sure. I don't think we're beating this scenario, to be honest. Oh yeah, we had to lose. Wait, did we have to lose a card at some point? Oh no. All right. yeah. Okay. I accidentally put that in my lost. I was gonna say my lost pile when I used the Ring of Haste. Oh, hold on. Let's redo this then with that in there. Oops. Okay, nice. Hold on, I gotta see Too Many's item now after all this discussion about it. Obviously, I don't do soul, or haven't previously done soul scenarios, so it's difficult for me to know whether you are all trolling or not. Let me just have a peek. Wait, what? What? But why? I don't even... All right. So you're all not trolling. Yeah, I hope you like winning indeed. What I don't get about that is... it... Can't go back to losing. So... Normally, to me, it seems at least, solo items primarily help an aspect of the class which needs help. So, for example, on the Soothsinger, the fact that there are no weapons, I mean, yeah, it's kind of the same thing, no weapons, but and and bad top actions, etc. That action helps with that. But so to me, I thought that the action would somehow have to do with helping the worst build for that class, right? Not the best build. But that just amplifies the silly stuff you can already do. Interesting. Was not what I expected, put it that way. Reinforced steel, sure. We need to keep our big moves. God, I can't believe we lost Simulacrum. I don't even know what we're going to do now, honestly. Short rested early just to be able to play that card. Don't even have that card. And now what? We also don't have the 2 elements that would allow us to do a good Winter's Edge. We can create wind though. So we need to go ice and then some sort of an attack. Like I said, we have fire and earth, so I guess pure augment. I don't know. We don't have wind though. So we actually don't have any reasonable attacks either. Make an attack 3. Yeah, we lost. We've lost our 2 thing. Oh, God, I really do not enjoy this class. I don't even know what we're supposed to do here. I mean, we can use Burial on 2 enemies. His retirement goal is... I mean, we can basically finish his retirement goal at any point we want. We just have to kill 3 oozes. But this is the problem. I've never played a higher level version of this class. I've always retired before 7. I guess I'm going to start enjoying it at 7. I mean, admittedly, if we came into this... I mean, can you imagine if we had Vengeance when we entered this room with a clump of 3 normal enemies back here, which are the most difficult enemies in the room? Like, that's what's crazy, right? That is so absolutely insane. The difference in how difficult this room would be for our party if I was level 7 versus level 6. Like, enormously. Probably 5 turns, 6 turns even different. So I've never actually played with Vengeance, but that's my problem though. It seems like Vengeance fixes the problems that this class has, but it like fixes them with a hammer. Some of the problems this class has, at least. So the elements we have don't really allow us to do anything meaningful. We can make it single attack 3. I mean, just do 2 attack 3s on the Savas. Doesn't seem like we're doing better than that. But we also kind of want to create ice. So I guess we don't want to use the bottom of Burial. Like I said, we could just use the top of Burial. Lose a card, but maybe gain our team a bunch of turns. I mean, it doesn't really gain that much, though. Because the damage it deals to them, well, it does 2 curses as well. I don't know. I don't believe in my ability to win this scenario. I mean, I maybe can, but it's just going to depend on how easy what's in the next few rooms is in 3-player. Sure, let's just use Burial. I mean, one way or another, we're getting out of this scenario. There's no point in complaining about it too much. All right. So we do that. And let's stun them before they can go. Their earliest initiative, which is that. Not having the heal seems wrong as well, by the way. And as for us, we're both wounded. We don't have the spear right now. Actually, maybe could have short rested or long rested on him. Oh well. Scroll of lightning. And not in range. Why am I going late here? Oh yeah, it's because I don't want them to consume my element. They're going to be stunned, so they're not going to consume my element anyway. Giving him Sharpening Kit seems really good. No, but I actually just need Sharpening Kit to heal afterwards. I can't be so silly here. Oh, is it the national championship? Wow. Oh, sorry, I should read this. Yeah. So Gripe, in approximately 5.5 hours, Clemson will attempt to defeat Alabama for the national championship. Well, in 5.5 hours, I'll probably be sleeping. Well, maybe I'll stay up. But I would definitely be rooting for Clemson. You've got my support. Sorry to any Alabama fans who are watching, but, well, I mean, you all know. How good were Clemson this year? I've while living outside of the U.S., I pay so little attention to American football. So, um, hmm. So what can we do? Honestly, we can even just use the bottom of Bladed Boomerang just to get an additional attack 1, just to give us another chance to draw our refresh modifier. I think this is fine. All right. There's no real advantage to going earlier or later for us, is there? All right, let's go. So first things first is here. We don't have a song up, so that's fine. We're going to use Provoke Terror to stun both of them. Clemson and Alabama are both 14-0. Okay. Yeah, Koresh, preach it, brother. Like I said, I come from the Big Ten, so. Oh, wait, Clemson are favorites? Or Alabama are? Wait, are you trying to convince me to cheer for the favorite? Ooh. Oh, Bama's favorite. Okay, good, good. I would just assumed as much because that's usually how it is, but for a second there I was worried. All right, then we've got the bottom of Echoing Aria. We do need to do a generic action here to get a card back, so we will just use the last charge of our Major Endurance Potion and move all these coins. I still believe there's a chance of me winning this scenario. I don't know exactly where I want to be, but we'll go somewhere like this. I'm going to be in the center because the enemies are going to come from both sides. We want to be protected by our allies. Maybe even here. We're further away from the more dangerous room. Oh no, we need to both go up there, so go like that. All right. So then it's the Elementalist turn. We're going to consume Dark and Earth, gaining 2 experience. Do Burial as an attack, 6, Immobilize Curse. So we'll do Savas and then Wind Demon. Okay, so 7 on the Savas and a crit on the Wind Demon. So in that case, we're only going to give them 1 curse because the crit on the Wind Demon should surely kill it. 6 doubled, yes. So we got a +1 on the Savas, right? So our 6 was a 7. So that's 5 damage, putting him down to 5. I feel like it's general apathy directed toward Clemson is unfair. It's Bama that needs to leave the center stage. Clemson has historically been just above mediocre. We should enjoy a few years of being good. I agree, Corlord. I was happy for Clemson when they kind of came out of nowhere and became a good team. I mean, they've traditionally been a smaller school, which has had less. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, the same thing existed with Oregon, right? When Oregon were good for a shorter period of time. They were also traditionally not a very good school, at least as far as I know. I mean, and people also kind of had the same approach to that. All right, so anyway, Burial is gone. Lost that. And we're going to use Infernal Vortex as a move to creating ice. Guess we'll get this coin because it's kind of out of the way. These are easier to pick up later. And we'll use our wand to create wind. So we can use Winter's Edge next turn. All right, and then we're done. So then the Wind Demons go. They've been eliminated. So then it is the Quartermaster's turn. So the Quartermaster is going to use Scroll of Lightning as an attack 5, range 3. Okay. So that crit means we probably shouldn't have played Burial, huh? That's a loss. Of course, now we get all the blesses. Ugh. Whatever. We're about to go crazy with it here. So that crit gets us a kill. We create a new light, and then we're going to just use the bottom of Bladed Boomerang as a generic move 2, and we're going to go on to here. The end of the round. No other way to do it. Not scared at all. Excuse me 1 second. I have to blow my nose. All right, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, so we use the generic move 2 rather than using the actual bottom of Bladed Boomerang, since here we only need 2 movement, which allows us to get Bladed Boomerang back, which gives us an extra turn. And so we end our turn on the pressure plate, which is going to open these doors. Which is probably not the safest time to do it, but honestly, we're, like I said, we've had enough of this scenario. We're going to get through it one way or another, and being bold is the way we're going to try. We also have no jump in our party. Absolutely no jump. That's cool too. Yeah, this scenario is fun. I don't think we can even have jump, right? Not yet, at least. I don't know about this. This is just kind of... I was just hoping to get the boots of levitation, but yeah, I guess I'll have to enhance jump at some point or something. All right, so we've got an elite, a regular. Oh, yeah, that's reasonable. Oh, I mean, horrors at least we can kill. The stone golem, not really ever. Hopefully people don't vote in favor of 3 spears, because we certainly will not have that. And down here, just one elite horror. All right, let's flip for them then. Okay, so then the horrors go, -1 move. Elites have 4 by default, regulars have 3. So 1, 2, 3. I can never get a line to hit from there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, neither of these gets a line either. Okay. I don't want to have to buy jumping boots though. See, I guess the discussion you're having right now is pretty much why I've never done the solo scenarios. I don't like scenarios that are designed around requiring certain things. Yeah, I understand. But what I mean is, like, are you allowed to read the solo scenarios beforehand though? Are they different than normal scenarios in that regard? Are you allowed to do your shopping and everything for them with advanced knowledge? Ah, okay. That makes it a little bit better then. Yeah, that makes it. So then it's not just bashing your head against something. Yeah, all right, that's fine then. Okay, I didn't actually know that, since I just assumed that I would have to apply the same rules we always apply. You're eliminated. And so the stone golems have, or the stone golem has 2 movement. Oh no, this has 2 movement as well. And this has 2 movement. I'm still waiting for Mizzou to get good. Huh. Yeah, I'm waiting for Illinois, and it's gonna be a long, sad road, I think. Oh, we did get Echoing Aria back. I just forgot to grab it. We used the last charge there. We just have 1 more left. All right, we got 666 here. So we need to fight one of them. Oh yeah, these things have 22 HP and 4 retaliate, huh? Yeah, let's get right on fighting those. This has 15 HP, and the Stone Golem 16. So let's see what these traps are. So in order to get to the pressure plates we'll have to go through 2 traps, which are poison and damage. And so that's 8 damage and poison on people with 4 and 4 health respectively, or 6 health. And then 1 poison damage and wound, which is 8 damage and wound, because we cannot jump. I hate this. I don't know why I did this scenario. All right. Let's focus. Is it possible for us to win still? I'm not sure. Let's actually see. Let's assume we don't lose any more cards here. We each have to lose a card to negate damage from the traps. How do we, so it would have to be, the Quartermaster goes through here because he's the only one with healing. So he has to be the one to go through the wound. So that he can heal himself afterwards. Everyone has to lose a card, basically, to their respective traps. So let's say it takes us, all right, how much damage do we deal per turn? So there's 22, 44. So we'll say 60 damage we've got to do to the Horrors, and we're basically going to ignore the Stone Golem and just pray that he doesn't immobilize us, because it would take us, I mean, killing a Stone Golem takes us as long as killing at least 2 Horrors combined. All right. So accordingly, which again is just specifically because we don't have Vengeance, 60 damage, and we can deal around, say 12 damage per turn, I think is fair on average. So that takes us about 5 turns to kill the Horrors. All right. So we've got 3 turns here. And then we short rest, and we're looking at, it's basically the same for everyone, right? Yeah, it's actually the exact same number of cards for everyone. At this point, we're completely synchronized. Except we have 1 charge there, 1 charge there, and no charges there. So technically we can have 1 more turn on both of them. All right. So when we short rest, we'll go down to 4 cards or 3 cards respectively. So this will be 6 cards in hand. So just the time to kill these enemies alone, we'll have 2 cards left in our hands, presumably, assuming we do it as efficient, I mean, at a pretty good pace. We'll have 2 cards left in hand to then start moving. So then we can move a bit, get to like here and here respectively, rest again, down to 5 cards, move to the traps in 2 turns, lose the last card in hand. So then we lose 2 cards. No, it's impossible. Yeah, the goal is to loot the treasure tile. So theoretically, we don't have to kill the Horrors, but I don't think it's possible to have the Horrors beating on us and make it like run all the way up and all the way back while the Horrors keep hitting us. I think we can ignore the Stone Golem. We don't have to kill all the enemies. The goal is to loot the treasure tile. But it's actually, assuming we have to kill the Horrors, it's impossible. Because like I said, we would go down to 5 cards. So like this, short rest, 6 cards in hand, 2 more turns there, which means we have 2 cards remaining in hand for each person, presumably. Assuming it takes 5 turns to kill the 3 enemies that we need to kill to be able to continue. And again, we're at 4 health, and 6 health respectively, so it's not like we can really just not let them hit us. Each time one of them hits us, it's a lost card, which any number of, I mean, like 1 lost card is basically that. So again, we have 2 cards in hand, presumably around the center room. I mean, whether it's at the exact center or not. And again, we can move around 3 in each direction, so we'll assume like this, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so even then, if somehow from here, through a combination of boots and long resting, we can make it to the treasure in 2 turns of moving with no enemies. And we still have this hitting us as well, because we haven't even counted hitting that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, something like that. That's reasonable for us to be able to make it, like I said. So it would be move, long rest or whatever, have 6 cards, actual in hand. I don't think it's I legitimately don't think it's possible. The fact that everyone has to lose a card to the traps, I think makes it impossible. So then does the goal just become picking up coins? I don't think I've done the math. Let me just double check again. 2 turns, 3 turns here, short or rest of some sort, presumably short rest because we're still fighting. 2 turns, 2 cards left with 6 card hand size. 2 cards move. Yeah. No, I'm not wrong. Long rest, presuming we can. Again, still a stone golem. Then we have 5 cards in hand, 2 turns of movement, gets us to the trap, gets us to the pressure plates. So assuming we don't have to lose any cards to them damaging us, or any cards to the stone golem, and we can make it to the traps in 2 turns, we still always have to lose a card to the traps. Everyone loses a card from their 5 card hand size, plus the 2 turns played. Yes, so then they go down to 3 cards after that, which is just 2 turns. Well, I guess not completely. So yeah, it's really just 2 turns. I mean, although one of these 2 people, but neither of these people have much movement. It's him who has the most movement, and he can't have the extra turn. So in 2 turns, can he make it to the chest? I guess that's the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2. So, assuming I was able to take a completely optimal path of him, and I was able to long rest both times, he can theoretically make it to the chest, and I don't have to lose a single card. No, it's impossible. That's just not realistic. So basically, everything has to go right in order for the Quartermaster to be able to make it there. If we lose a single card to damage, we never make it. I don't know. If someone sees something I don't, feel free to suggest. Otherwise, I'm just going to go loot these coins now because I don't believe it's possible for me to beat the scenario at this point. I think we just lost way too much already. Too much longevity just to deal with easier stuff. What if the Quartermaster goes down? I don't... And CC the other room. So just ignore the stuff and try to CC it while moving. I mean, the first problem is this thing is still hitting the Quartermaster, right? So what, we try to go kill this together first and then run up and CC the other room, or we run up right away? Because, I mean, like I said, every hit from that on the Quartermaster is still a lost card. I mean, maybe there's one. I guess we have the compass. We do have the compass. If we can draw this closer to a trap, we could actually throw it into a trap. We still have to somehow make it... Yeah, that might just be the best plan. I'm not sure if that's better than picking up coins, though. So if we lure this with us and we can compass it into a trap first... Problem is the Quartermaster has no CC and basically no life left. Yeah, to be able to clear the golems out and make it to the treasure as well. You're probably right. So then what? So our plan here, so do you think we just go try to see, we start running immediately, or we try to kill this together, and then once these clump up a little bit more, we CC them and try to run past? Unfortunately, we've also already lost our disarm. No, we didn't actually. Because yeah, we can't take the time to kill them all. All right, so we agree on that. So that's a good point. I guess I'm looking at it wrong. I'm assuming that we have to kill them, but maybe we don't, because we do have... Wait, why is this in here? What the heck is going on? Why is Provoke Terror in our discard? Did we just... What is going on here? Why do we have one... Why does each character have one card in their discard? No, because we went last turn and we used potions. Okay. Why does... Oh, because we played a loss. Okay, we played a loss. Yeah, we played the... Okay. And we... Yep. All right. Never mind. So I understand it. It's just weird that they all had exactly one card in their discard. So I guess we can't change them right away. Elite Horror has 4 movements, unfortunately. So even if we move down a bit, I mean, we'd have to basically be on this line in order to not get hit by it. Well, all right, let's give this a try. At least this gives us a shot, maybe. So move and attack it, just to deal some damage. Wound the bottom one, I think. Killing it is valuable. Move a bunch, I suppose. No, actually, we probably need to move and shield, because the bottom horror is hitting. So we go down to here, do that. She goes to here, does that, and we have this. So we just focus all our firepower on that horror down there. Creating dark is problematic, but we should still we need to use this just to move away from this hitting us too early. Okay. All right, this gives us a chance, maybe? I'm not really sure. It's possibly a line. -1 movement is good, I think. All right, so the Soothsinger goes first, activates Disorienting Dirge, does a move 3, attack 3, range 3. Going to here, makes an attack 3 on the Elite Harrower. Okay, so simply 3 damage. Would be nice to, I mean, it's crazy how good our modifier deck already is and how average our flips are for this class, right? I mean, we have, I guess we got 4 zeros still in there and a fair number of ones. I don't know, maybe. All right, well, anyway, we're done there. So next up is the Elementalist. So we're going to do the bottom of Primal Duality. So we never want to create dark, and light doesn't really do anything for us. So yes, we're just going to use a generic move 2 on the bottom of Primal Duality to move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we do have line of sight. So we're going to then use the top of Winter's Edge, consuming both wind and ice, gain 1 experience, and make an attack 5, range 4, targeting the Elite Horror Infestor down there. +1, so 6. But if we don't block the door, he's going to hit multiple targets because they flipped a multiple target thing. Cool. We can't get retaliated is the issue. Do we have to use the compass now? And just hope to get it back? I mean, we can't really take these hits. Even if one of them, it's a 6. I mean, yeah, there's Disorienting Dirge, but we can't count on it. Again, anytime we lose a card in this scenario, we lose. So we have to try to count on getting the compass back. So we could do this move, going to here, attack it, and then throw it back with the compass. Can that be correct? Otherwise, if we go to here, it has 3 movement because even with -1 movement, and it still hits both of us here. No, there was no way we could have hit it and not been close enough. So yeah, all right. I guess we'll use the compass and hope for the best afterwards. Plus we get a coin this way. So we move here using the bottom Crushing Hammer, and then use the top of Bladed Boomerang to make an attack 2, range 3 wound, targeting the Elite Horror number 2. Okay. Yeah, crit on 2. Well, whatever, we'll take it. Oops. So 4, down to 9, and it's wounded. And then we're going to use the compass and throw it back too. All right, and so then the Horrors go. So -1 movement is 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 damage from wound. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then the Stone Golem has 2 movement. 1, 2. Okay. So what now? No elements, so we can do very little. If anything, probably should have created an element of some sort, huh? I guess we just can't. I guess our hand kind of sucks at this point. It has 8 health, so we just need to do such a small amount of damage to it to finish it off. Guess we should move with this and hit it with the 5 no matter what on our side. Unfortunately, we just don't have an easy way to increase the damage to it, and we need to CC this one this turn no matter what. I guess we're moving as well. But the Retaliate's going to kill us. I guess it doesn't actually kill us, and if we're in losing cards no matter what range anyway, I suppose it doesn't matter, but how are we actually killing it then? The Elementalist, I mean, it'd be better if the Elementalist could go before us. The Elementalist unfortunately can't go before us. We also don't have the luxury of short resting early at this point. I guess we create ice so that we can stun next turn. So sure, just something like this. Looks pretty derpy, but whatever. That's what we're left with. Well, good thing we didn't create dark. So first up is the Quartermaster. So we're going to do move 5 with haste and step. Except we can't. It's blocking the door. That was a bit stupid. Well, I guess I need to play this for initiative anyway. I want to keep the heal for afterwards. All right, so I guess I'm just moving adjacent to it, to here. And then I'm gaining 1 experience and making an attack 5. All right, come on, crit. 1 time. Yeah, I don't have the spear, right? Come on, crit. Well, it's not bad. It's a 6. So down to 2. Unfortunately, it still is going to get its turn. Yeah, because I have to disarm this. I don't have Ring of Haste anymore. If only we could. If you could have just done 1 damage sooner. The initiative sucks here, but it couldn't have been right to play this because this can actually be a stun next turn when we're going to be out on her. And we have to disarm this, so we're always disarming him. And we just have to hope that he misses, I guess. Oh yeah, we forgot to take our 4 retaliate. We've got 9 curses in their deck, and their attack is disadvantaged. It just has to be a miss. It's that simple. Oh, it's 2 target though. Oh god, this is so unbelievable. Who goes before? This one goes before this one. Why? 2 goes first and then 4. Does it change anything? I mean, 2 target, 2 target. Why couldn't they just do their like useless retaliate or something? Well, then I guess I wouldn't have attacked it. I don't even know. Yeah. It doesn't really seem like there's anything we can do to fix this problem. We can instead move with Throw Voice and just go kill this one, but then this one's hitting 2 people. I guess we can make this... No, there's no way we can make it not hit 2 people because it'll move here and hit both of us. Now we've got no ring. We had to use it earlier, remember? There is no answer. No matter what, we always have to get misses on 2 attacks. So accordingly, it's better to let this one attack. Because we could move here and attack this one ourselves, which would also eliminate 1 attacker, presumably. But then this one will just hit 2 targets. And this one's actually at least going to die. Although I guess the problem is right now it's blocking the door. No, but I guess it's going to move out of blocking the door, so we're going to be able to move up afterwards. We still have a big move. Yeah, we got to move 4. There doesn't seem to be any different way, though. I mean, if the Elementals just could have gone faster. I don't know. The Elementals just been such a huge letdown. If the Elementals could have done a variety of different things better. If the Elementals had Vengeance, we would have won this scenario. Easily. Alright, no, it's correct to disarm the top one. We can move anywhere with our move 4. To move up to tank it. Yeah, I guess you're right. Oops, no, that stays there. If we disarm there, can we move up to tank it, though, is the question. But you're right, either way, it's the same thing. Triangle. We have 12 experience here. I guess we probably won't win. Well, if we win this, we're probably 2 scenarios. I mean, if we win this, we'll probably only need to do 1 more scenario. If we don't win this, we'll probably need to do 2 more scenarios still. Yeah, if we had been 7 for this scenario, we would have won this scenario, which is kind of silly, right? No one level should change the scenario that much. All right, so with move 4, how can we move to tank the top one without anyone else hitting? Because the problem is this moves, so we would have to move to there. ECO, is there anywhere we can move? I don't believe there is, right? Because if we move anywhere like this, then he hits 2 targets. So it has to the only space can be here, right? Here, this will come hit us. Because if we move further, then this one gets to us. It has 1, 2, 3 movement. 1, 2, 3. So it gets to here. So we can never move to here. So we can't move to any of these spaces. We can't move to any of these spaces. Oh, sorry, any of these spaces. Yeah, so we can't move here, and we can't move here. This is literally the one spot in the room we can move, which means we fail our battle goal. But I guess if we lose the scenario, it doesn't really matter that we took the battle goal. All right, we'll move there. The golem has +1 movement. 1, 2, 3 to the door. I'm not gonna block the door. Nice. Anyway, so we'll go there because yeah, you're right. This has got to be correct. Could we generic this back in case we need to lose a card? Now, if we lose a card, it doesn't matter. We lose the scenario. We have a bad turn coming up here anyway. All right. All right, so the stone golem goes. It suffers 1 damage, although honestly this matters basically not at all. 1, 2, 3. Then the Harwars go. So this one is disarmed, so it takes 1 damage, goes down to 1. Now the downside is it doesn't move out of the door now though, so we don't have an open path yet. And so then this Harwar goes here and attacks at disadvantage. All right, got it. That's good. So we're still in it. And then it's the Elementalist's turn. I mean, here we hit 2 targets, but I guess creating... Oh yeah, we just want this for a stun anyway. What sucks is now we can't even stun up here. I mean, we can't stun and run past because this is blocking the door. Oh yeah, there's the last hour. Good call. Yeah, that's specifically why. Thank you. Him blocking the door is a big problem. Him getting a +1 move. If he hadn't gotten +1 move, well, we wouldn't have been able to run past anyway. So we need to use this no matter what. What's interesting is we can hit all of them, but damage just doesn't seem to matter that much. Maybe it can matter. Hitting this is interesting because it actually opens the door. Hitting here does the most damage and gives us the most chance of flipping elements, although the elements probably don't matter because our plan is, I mean, I guess actually, no, they can give us more movement, like just Earth, which only have 1 in our deck. Just how much does killing that matter? I mean, I guess the Quartermaster is just healing himself and running, but I suppose he can go late. It doesn't really change anything. So yeah, he can go after it dies. So better to hit the things on top. All right, so we'll use Crystallizing Blast. We create ice. We're gonna do attack 1, range 3. 1, 2, 3, and expand like this. So we'll go from top to bottom. 4, 1, 4. Elite Harrower first. So 4, 2, 1 fire. Well, none fire basically. So fire, 2 damage here, and 1 damage here. No damage to the top thing. And again, with Vengeance, we can just kill both of these. Okay, and then we're going to use the bottom of Ice Spikes as a generic move 2. I mean, we need this out of the door to get past it because we cannot jump. Unfortunately, we already had to use the compass, which sucks. But we don't really have a solution to that. We have push, but if we push with her, then we would never be able to move. We would have to short rest early as well, which has a huge cost. If we don't short rest early, we're probably just dying, though. So that's interesting. 2 move base? Yes, the Stone Golem has 2 move base, correct. Yeah, I mean that's the goal, right? But the problem is you and I, all right. You and I both know what his next card is, right, ECO? I mean, we know. There can't be any doubt. Especially because he has 3 cards left in his deck. We know exactly what's on top. Luring him in involves me immobilized next to these 3 enemies and dead. I'm just trying to think if there's another way, but it doesn't appear there is. I guess the positive is that I actually have 28 initiative. I believe it's 28 as well. No, actually I think it's 29. 28 or 29. I don't believe it's 27, yeah. So I guess in that case we get to stun him. So we need to go here so that he moves up and we're not in range to be attacked by him. I guess the best is disarming him. That's actually it. So we have to short rest early on the Quartermaster, or on the Soothsinger. So in that case, we actually can move up more, right? Because then we can stun here, disarm these two. But then we're not moving up. But otherwise, we're not getting past them. But the biggest problem with this is how do we position ourselves to get them to run into the room so we can actually run around them? And I guess this is always going there. Where's the stone golem going? I guess if he has +1 movement, he would go here, which would be good. He has not done his retaliate, no. No, he has done his retaliate, yes. But they also have a ranged attack where they don't move. Oh no, he has already done this. Oh, okay, thank God. I thought this was a reshuffle. So he does have a ranged attack where he doesn't move, though, is the biggest issue. So if we disarm him, he can still do that. At least I believe he does. Well, I think it's still correct to disarm. At least this way we can stop all these enemies from attacking this round. All right, so then the question is just where can we have him move to? So if this goes there, then if this goes there, we've got a long path around, right? A path we can never make on someone who can move 4 at most in a turn. He always move a disarm, okay. Okay. Because we have to stun this. So we can't go adjacent to that. If this goes here and this goes here, I guess that gives us kind of a path. Maybe this goes, but if this goes here, then it blocks both of us. But I guess she'll go faster. Yeah, all right. Oh no, but we can't go all the way up to here. She did nothing. We can go here, so he moves that way, and that moves that way. Yep, that leaves the path. Okay, so we move up to there. All right, end of the round. So it has to be an early short rest here, unfortunately. Which does not guarantee we have longevity to make it through the scenario, but I guess not everyone needs to. Oh, come on now. Come on. All scenario. All right, well, we have to reroll. And now it's going to be a stun. No, it's not. It's our move 4. I mean, I guess everything here was bad for us. The only thing that we were happy to lose was this. We also have terrible initiative remaining, but it has to be this. And disarm. And for us, it's the stun. And for us, we go late after that horror goes, heal ourselves, and move. All right. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Well, the horrors go first. They set up shield, retaliate, and don't attack, which is good and bad. All right. And then it's the Soothsinger's turn. So he is going to move up. He has +1 move as well. So he's moving kind of as we expected to here. Sure. So 1, 2, 3 to here as a generic move with the bottom of Echoing Aria. Oh, we also gain 1 experience for having a song up. We actually, no, I guess we're fine. It's good to keep it up. It keeps us safe. And then we're going to use the top of Throw Voice to disarm that and that. Okay. And then it is the Elementalist turn. We're going to have to take 3 damage, but that's okay. We have 4 life. We'll be fine. Can never reroll a short rest anymore, but that's okay. So then we go next. So then we're going to consume ice, gain 1 experience, do an attack 2, range 3 stun, targeting the elite Harrower. This keeps us safe. It was a generic move. You're right. Yeah, we could have just done it immediately. Good call. Good call. Thank you. Yep. So we use on the Soothsinger, we use Echoing Arias. I mean, since we used a generic or default bottom move on the bottom of Echoing Aria, we were actually able to use our last charge to recover it, which is good. All right, so here, like I said, we do an attack 2, range 3 stun. We're going to target the Elite Harrower. This sucks, of course, because he does have 2 retaliate. Oh, so we're going to go into 2, not 1. But stunning him now makes it so that we don't have to worry about him next round, which is an enormous advantage. This actually gives us the chance to kind of take off a little bit. The downside is the fact that this one's disarmed, so he'll still run after us. But this one at least won't run after us, which is a big, 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 big help. So it's definitely worth stunning him and taking 2 damage here. So we'll attack him. Creating new ice, who knows? We take 2 retaliate, we don't do any damage to him, that doesn't matter. And he's stunned. Okay, and we can move somewhere with raw enhancement, but we don't really want to. Now we need this to move exactly to here. Guess if we go here, I guess we have more movement than she does, so it's better for us to actually, yeah. If we go here now, then this will move down to here next turn. I mean this turn, rather than moving to here, and that'll make it a shorter path for the Soothsinger, who's the person with less movement. Problem is she's going to do a move 3. Yeah, that's not going to be great. Oh well, cross that bridge when it comes. So we will actually move there with the bottom of raw enhancement. We could bring it back, but there's no reason to. Okay, so then the stone golem goes, like I said, +1 movement, and goes to here, and loses his disarm. Well, they're conveniently clumped up for a little AoE stunning at least. All right, and then it's the Quartermaster's turn. Gain 1 experience, do a heal 4, and do a move 4. 2, 3, 4. Use our boots to get 2 more movement. 5, 6. Okay. And then that's the end of the round. Right, so we're going to long rest down here, just to allow us not to have to lose a card while going through the trap. Here, we're going to stun them for sure, and move, and we want to go, do we want to go early? It's tough, actually, to say whether we want to go early or not. Well, here, we'll figure out whether we're, I guess if we get back to stun with the short rest, we don't need to go early, right? All right, we want to keep the stun. That's fine. Primal duality, not a big deal. Okay, because we have ice, so we can use this to stun the stone golem, presumably before it goes. We can move to there or something like that. And this will stay where it is, hopefully. And then she can go late and stun all of them. Yes. Yeah, I would probably do want to go after the Elementalist. But, alright, so let's see. So we can do a move 3 just by using this. Ah, this is not early initiative, though. So if we just use this, because we do need to stun that before it goes. Otherwise, yeah, 48 is not early. Oh no, then we have 28, which is still earlier than their immobilize. Yes, so that's fine. All right, so this works. Except this can be a bigger move because we're going to use our Moon Earring, and this can actually be a move 5. But this is only a move 2, which does not get us enough because we need to actually be there. Otherwise, this is going to block our path. We don't want to have to use the boots here. So I guess we use this, or we just use this move for now? No, but this way we get... This way we lose 1 movement. If we use the boots, we lose 1 movement as well. But we get better initiative by using the boots, which is safer. So let's see. Because we do need to be here. Yeah, we need to be there before this can go. Because otherwise it messes it up. Yeah, I'm going to have... Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to use Moon Earring, but if I need to use the boots, I'll have to use the Moon Earring. But it's so important that we get to here before the Horror can move, because if the Horror can move first, well, I guess it doesn't change much. If Horror moves first, then it just goes down here as long as we're before. No, I know. I'm considering whether I have to use the Moon Earring here or not. So if the Horror moves down here, I guess, yeah, so if they go first, this one won't move. Oh, but then it's going to break up the clumping. Yeah, the clumping is so... Well, but if it moves down here, it's kind of the same as stunning it. Not completely, but similar. So if this is going to be stunned by the Elementalist before it goes, presumably, or it's going to retaliate, in which case it doesn't matter. Well, actually, no, yeah, it doesn't matter. This, if we go to there, this is tough. Because we have the Earth guaranteed at some point with this can always be a move 5. So that's actually technically our biggest move. So using that now would suck for that. This is also a move 4. And I guess we're going to have... I mean, how much movement do we actually need? Let's see. If we use the boots this turn with a move 2 and we go there, and we have a 5 and a 4 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's exactly enough. So actually, yes. The 2 plus the boots here is perfect. So we'll have to use the earring, but that's fine. Okay. So us, we want to go late because we're going to stun them after they're going to go. So we actually want to go as late as possible. And we're always doing a move 3, and we certainly don't want to attack because it doesn't really do anything. Because also we'd be attacking, I think we'd get retaliated because this is the most valuable to kill. So we're just going to always move to here, late, which there should be no problem with, right? Because this will be stunned before it goes. This is already stunned, and this will be disarmed. Yep. All right. Let's go. 16. But he doesn't move, so that's fine. There's the 28, trying to do exactly what I knew you would try to do. Oh, you sneaky stone golem, you. Oh. 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 All right, so the Horror Infestors go first. Lose this, do nothing. They've got 2 extra, well, the top one has 2 extra retaliate, but it doesn't matter, we're not attacking it. All right, so then the Elementalist goes. So we're going to do the bottom of Infernal Vortex to create a new ice. Yeah, there's no real reason not to have ice. Oh, yeah, we can actually get extra movement even. So 2, we're going to use our Moon Earring to refresh all these items. Use boots as well. So we get 4 total with the bottom Infernal Vortex. 1, 2, 3 to there. We're going to move less than we can because it's more important for the Soothsinger, who has less movement, especially now that she only has move 3s, to be able to move as far as possible each turn. So we're going to move to there, and then we're going to use the top of Soaking Hail, consuming the old ice, gaining 1 experience. So we can attack 2, range 3, stun against the Stone Golem, which will be disadvantaged. That doesn't really matter. Okay, sure, it's a miss. All right, so the stun is there. And then we're done. Stone Golem goes and loses the stun. And then it's the Soothsinger's turn. So the Soothsinger does a move 3 with the bottom of Singing Arrow, moving to here. And then uses the top of Provoke Terror to stun the entire clump of enemies. Perfect. Buying us a turn of running away from them. Okay, and then we get the long rest with the Quartermaster. Who heals for 2 and gets to choose a card to lose. All right, so the most important things are our biggest moves, which is move 5 here, move 4 here, and move 4 here. Our heal, and I guess a stun can be valuable. So it's one of these 2. Yeah, certainly Giant Club is the least valuable. At this point, we don't care about killing stuff at all anymore. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to heal ourselves first with Sharpening Kit. Because the trap, this is a poison trap, if I recall correctly. Yes. Oh, man, we're just going to be wasting time on the thing, though, because they're actually a long ways from getting there, huh? Well, it is what it is. We'll waste time on the thing, then. We'll heal ourselves first. I guess, yeah, we could just pick up coins on the way, but oh well. And how much movement do we need? Just 3 movement? So we can theoretically even just play this to move there, which creates wind. Do they want wind? Not especially. I guess we can create wind some other time when maybe they will want it. So for now, let's just use a move 4 to get there, I guess. Something like this. All right. This works. These 2 cards certainly. Nothing else going other than that. And oh, we forgot to, sorry, at the end of our turn last turn, we meant to create Earth as well. Although it doesn't really matter so much. But, well, no, yeah, but it's still correct. Yeah. Sorry, that's why I even said I would be able to get both, but then I just got distracted. Anyway, there was no new information. I mean, we just stunned all of them afterwards. None of them got to attack or anything. So the top action really doesn't matter at all. We still have a, we didn't accidentally use that and accidentally forget to spend it. I don't believe so. But anyway, we're not using it right now. So this gives us biggest move. Yep, okay. Let's go. I mean, none of them are doing anything. So the Soothsinger needs to remember to bring, I mean, you got to remember to bring this song back too, because we need every turn we can get here. So the Horrors go first. Both lose their stuns. And then the Soothsinger goes, gains 1 experience for having song up. Does a move 3. Could attack by moving 1 less, but it just matters so little, it's not worth it. Better to just make it to the thing. Well, hold on. Technically, no, but the closer I am to them, the more likely it is they hit me. Not worth it. Not worth it. All right. So we're done. We do nothing with the top action, and then the Quartermaster goes, gains 1 experience, heals himself for 4, and then does move 2, 1, 2 into the trap. The trap does 8 damage. We'll take it. So we heal ourselves enough. And then 2 to here. All right, and so we made it onto our pressure plate, and we just get to chill down here and contemplate life. And we're poisoned as well. All right, and then it's the Elementalist turn, who's going to consume both ice and earth, gain 1 experience, and perform a move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We got the poison, right? Is there something else? Oh, no, you probably just were sawing, yeah, in a delay. Okay, and then that's done as well. Or you're asking why poison? It's because the trap's poison. I'm not sure if you were checking to make sure I got the poison. All right, so it definitely seems correct to short rest, to bring the song back, and to get on the trap as soon as possible. Sure, that doesn't matter much. One, 2, 3, 4, expand, yes. No, so there are 2 different types of traps, and those traps, which are the ones down here, are poison and damage. Yeah, they are both, exactly. Wound would be better. Wound is less painful than the poison, actually, because we can just heal ourselves. Well, kind of, yes and no. If it was wound, it would have... No, because it was actually 8. Yeah, it wouldn't have actually worked. Well, I mean, it's kind of 50-50 either way. Yeah, so we want to go as early as possible, and we want to AoE stun all those things in there. Do we actually want to? Because we do need them to actually run up towards us. We don't want to get hit. No, better to stun them this turn, and then next turn they should run up towards us. Yeah, no, still worth stunning them for 1 more turn. And us, we're just moving on to the... Oh, no, 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 no. Sorry. So at the end of our, I actually forgot. I mean, again, there's no new information. No, there is. There's the short rest. Oh, God. That's so bad. I actually was supposed to use this last turn to get a card back because I have to have a card in my hand to lose when I walk onto the trap so that I don't die. Here I would have to lose 2 cards from my discard, which would obviously be much more costly. Which means I actually just need to long rest here because I forgot to do that. That's fine because it's 1 more turn until she gets on the trap as well, so it's kind of okay. It was still a mistake. Would have been better to do it that way, to lose a card, and then afterwards long rest and heal, etc. All right. There's no rules about us not being able to become exhausted, I assume, right? No. There's not any rule about that. All right. Good. Exhaustion in the future. So we have to stay on the pressure plate, so we're literally just playing cards here. Again, they don't really need wind right now, so I guess better to save our fast... we do have our fastest initiative in case they need wind before. All right, let's go. So Soothsinger's first. We're going to do range for stunny thing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, expand. So we stun all of them again. And then we just do the bottom of Echoing Aria as a generic move 3 to there. And then the Quartermaster goes, stays on his trap, and then the enemies go and they lose their stuns. All right, and then we do a long rest here, which heals us for 2, and lets us choose a card to lose. So we kind of want everyone to have a way to make it back if necessary. Well, something like this is just pointless. All right. So we're going on to the refresh. Oh, no, because the Quartermaster, it's 1 adjacent ally may refresh, so we couldn't gain 1 XP there. But we actually should have created wind, I guess, when we did our long rest here. Technically, although I don't know that it really changes anything. All right. So we're going on to the traps this turn. So the most interesting thing is we need to actually have their initiatives be lower than his initiative so that they get focused, not him. Which doesn't seem too difficult. So the card we want to lose most is probably Singing Arrow. So I guess we'll move on with Throw Voice and we'll set up Disorienting Dirge. And us, we want to have the heal afterwards because we need to heal ourselves to remove the wound. We want to keep our biggest moves, basically. So I guess that means we can also play them this turn. Card we can most afford to lose, probably not the stun. Kind of all this stuff is good. All 5 of these cards can be useful one way or another. This is actually our biggest. All right, let's actually think. This plus this, but I guess that doesn't make any sense. All right, so this and this are actually the most valuable cards. I guess we can just give up on the single target stun plan. So in that case, better to keep the better initiative card. So this is the card we want to lose. So the following turn, I mean, who knows? Maybe we can play this top with this bottom because we're definitely playing this bottom the following turn. So accordingly, let's just play this and this turn, and then we'll lose this, and we'll have these 2 cards for the following turn. Sure. All right. So the Quartermaster just needs to have the worst initiative here, so that he's least likely to get focused by the things that run out of the other room. Okay, let's go. Oh, not moving. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. I really needed them to move. It was maybe a mistake stunning them last turn, but it was just too risky to let them have the chance to hit me. I mean, I guess they shouldn't have been able to hit me if I just ran away. It might have been incorrect to stun them last turn. It's just, of course, they don't move. Yeah, I mean, it probably was incorrect to stun them last turn. Obviously, if I'd known they wouldn't move this turn. All right, well, anyway, they don't move, which is really, really bad. Then it is the Soothsinger's turn. We're going to activate Disorienting Dirge, and we move with Throw Voice. So when we go here, we have to lose a card to negate the damage. We lose this, and we go onto the Pressure Plate. And we are also poisoned. Okay. And then it's the Elementalist turn. The Elementalist is going to, I guess, move with Infernal Vortex. That actually allows us to create ice, because why not? Go to here. So we're going to take Wound, actually, and have to lose a card as well. Isn't it a fun mechanic, just having to lose cards to progress through a scenario? It's cool. Yeah, so we're losing this. And we already got the wound, okay. And so it's when we stepped on there, actually, that this should open, if I remember correctly. At the end of a turn, yep. So we open those doors now. Get rid of this as well. God, I do need to beat this scenario. I never want to have to come back here. I mean, you don't actually have to come back here, though, fortunately. But 2 elite stone golems. I'm not setting their hells because it doesn't matter. All right, so it is the stone golems who go next, so it's +1 movement. All right, I'm sure this one's going up there. I think it's the same for all of them, right? So yeah, I mean, it's symmetrical, but I'll just prove it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I don't know why I miscounted it wrong. I miscounted it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, obviously symmetrical scenario. All this is equal. So it just comes down to lowest initiative, and in this case, the lowest initiative is the music note. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh no, 4, but actually can't make it, right? Because they have 3 movement, actually. Hold on. And then +1, so 4 movement, but that changes nothing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, with 2 more movement. This doesn't get us any closer. Nope, that's unfortunate. And 1, 2, 3. All right, so we basically can't move up at all right now. Unless they move up, no, early next round. No, better just long rest where we are, I think, to draw them in more. Maybe the elementals will move up a bit, but yeah, we basically have to be like, hey boys, come on over here. and get them to all run into here. So if these things don't move, obviously it's a disaster for us. But yeah, I think it's correct for us not to move. We will just move, and I mean, we can go like doot doot and create wind just in case. That might help the Quartermaster or the Elementalist next turn. I don't really know. All right, and then that's it. So here we will long rest because why not? I guess no, yeah, better because it lets us choose our cards. We still have enough turns, I think, to make it. Yes, I do have enough movement to get to the treasure. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 movement to the treasure. So even assuming only getting to use the boots once, and assuming we have a move 4 every turn. So at this point, in what's left, we have a move 4, a move 4, and a move 5. So here we get to long rest, presumably. So in that case, we'll get to keep all 3 of the biggest moves. So that means we get a 5 and a 4, which is 9, plus the boots is 11. And then we short rest, and then we easily get enough movement just on a short rest to make it there. So yeah, we definitely have enough movement with the Quartermaster. The trick is, of course, we can't get hit by these enemies and make it to the chest. So these have to start moving up this way. As long as we can get them to move up first, we should have no problem. Can you move up one more? If we move up one more, I guess technically we can. You may not be wrong. I guess we can probably do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, you're right. Since we're going to long rest anyway, I guess, and since the Elementalist will actually take a turn here, the Elementalist will actually be the focus, even for them. So you're right. Yeah, we can move up one more. Good call. I was wondering about it, but I just didn't even really want to take the risk so much. But yeah, you are right. All right. Here we go. Oh, thank God they're all moving. Oh, that's so good. All right. So the Harrowers go first. They have 4 movement on the elite and 3 movement on the regular. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. And then the Stone Golems go. 4 movement on the elites, 3 movement on the regular. I'm not dealing damage to them because it doesn't matter. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, there's about to be a massacre in here, which has been condoned by our party, but as long as it gets us through this scenario, who really cares, right? So then at the beginning of our turn, we take 1 damage from our wound, but we're just going to use the bottom of Winter's Edge, which creates light and fire, and heals us for 2. And removes the wound. Okay. So here we get a long rest, which heals us for 2. No, it does not heal us for 2, removes the poison. Now we're safe to move as much as we want. Yeah, let's get rid of, well, I guess technically we should get rid of this. And here we had, oops, a long rest as well. All right, yeah, we should bring this back. Doesn't really, no, it actually doesn't change anything right now, so we can actually leave that up. Choose which card to lose. I guess go early and stun a bunch of them is probably the best contribution we can make. Move up a bit and stun 3 of them. There's only theoretically 1 that should be attacked. We kind of do want them to move up more though, so maybe move a bit and disarm them, or go really late. But early initiative can be valuable still too. Keeping the song up is definitely worth it, I think. It also just gives us an experience. We can't even go that late, but I guess no matter what we should, no, because is disarming or stunning better? That's the real question here. The Elementals should long rest this round no matter what. Anything to buy extra time is worthwhile. It'll just give us a little more health when we come out. Yeah. Stunning so many of them there has got to be a bad idea. That's the easiest way I lose, so I shouldn't do that. If I let them move up first and then I stun them late, this could work. And then, but I guess I can go early with 14 next round anyway, so I should just lose this. And we'll play these 2 cards and see what happens with the later initiative. All right, so as for here, like I said, we want to keep all the biggest movement. Well, we already got rid of the card we're supposed to get rid of. Because we also certainly want the heal, just in case. Still makes sense to go as late as possible, just to be safe here. So we'll go late. We have to use a move 4 at some point anyway. We have a move 5 and 2 move 4s, so no matter what, one time we're using a move 4. And that's fine. All right, let's go. The stone golems are going to go before us. So I guess we'll probably be disarming then. All right, the Horrors go first. -1 movement, so 3 on the elite, 4 on the regulars. Lower initiative is definitely, I mean, focus for them is definitely, well, this is still going to focus here, but for this, no, for both these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, yep, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, for both the Horrors. They heal themselves, like I said, this doesn't matter. I'm not planning on killing any of them. And then, I should just set them all to fall. Maybe I'll try to kill for a coin or something like that, who knows. It sucks that we had to pick up that coin. In the end, we're actually going to win, and we literally had to pick up a coin because it was the only spot we could move. And we only picked up 1 coin because of this. It's so terrible. God, I hate this scenario. Ugh. All right. So then it's our turn. So we gain 1 experience for having a song up. I guess we're going to perform move 2 with one of these. To here. And I guess we're just going to disarm these 2. Because we want the stone golem. I mean, stone golem hasn't gone yet. Well, does he hit anyone this turn? He has 2 movement. No, he doesn't hit anyone this turn, actually. So let's disarm the 2 Horrors. Disarming is just better than stunning because then they still keep moving towards us. Although at this point, that doesn't really matter much. But honestly, any non-attack action they can do really doesn't matter at all. All right, so we'll disarm both of those after moving up there, and we'll be done. So then the stone golems go. They have 3 movement, 2 movement, respectively. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All right, so then here we gain 1 experience, heal ourselves for 4, and then do a move 4. If we, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we're not using the boots, but it's okay. If we'd used a 5, I mean, I guess we're only going to get coin once. That's fine. I'm not going to milk this. I could theoretically probably dance around and get a few more coins, but seeing my allies brutally beaten in the other room isn't really my idea of a fun time, so. All right, heal for 2. Choose card to lose. And I guess at this point, XP matters. Hold on. Now we can't create elements that can actually give us XP, and we don't want to play losses because hanging on longer can be relevant. I don't even know. Sure, we'll just lose this card. And I guess during our long rest, we can actually create an element, right? Yeah. So we can use this and this to create ice and wind to go out with a bang. Yeah, we have a mana potion, exactly. And this way we can do the winteristy of edges. I mean, technically the correct thing is probably to shield up to maybe avoid a little bit more damage, but this is just more fun. And we get an experience. Plus, I really want to get level 7 on this class, obviously, so that I can abuse. All right, so here we're doing a long rest, keeping the song up, certainly. Here we need to do a move 5 this turn, and the other card doesn't matter, but I guess it's better to play a card that's not a move 4 to reduce the number of bad hits, and late initiative is still preferable. Okay. Horrors doing nothing. These ones were disarmed anyway, so well, all that for nothing, but oh well. So then we go. I'm going to consume both these elements and gain 1 experience and do Winter's Edge. I'm going to hit, I guess, this stone golem near me. Really doesn't matter much. Okay, I'm not tracking the damage. Don't think he's close to death. No, not remotely. I'm going to do a move 2, which creates ice, but I'm just going to move in place. Create ice. All right, so then here we go. We have a move 5 at the bottom of hasten step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then the stone golems go -1 movement, so 2 on the elite, 1 on the regulars. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, well, it's always got to be this. All right, so attack there and attack there, both disadvantaged because the song is still up. All right, so that one does nothing, and that one does nothing. Okay. Oh, and there's, nope, that's it. All right, short rest. Nope, we actually want to keep that because that gives us 1 experience while we're running. Nothing else changes anything here. Sure. So this move plus this to gain experience. Here we did a long rest. So we'd have to bring this back to actually get another turn. All right, so I guess we get rid of this and we bring these 2 cards back. Heal for 2. This allows us to gain 1 experience. So why not? And over here, we'll just do a short rest. Yeah, the other card gives us 1 experience. Yep. All right. Oh, man. Well, their 2 last turns, he had a couple more turns. Yeah, it was a good idea, ECO, to try to CC the stuff on the top. And, I mean, you definitely had the right line. I probably would have tilted myself out of this scenario, so thank you very much for carrying me. Credit where credit is due. And having the Quartermaster go by himself, since he was the only one with this much movement, he could do this. It was definitely correct. All right. We're going to activate the song, because technically we still get it, although it doesn't matter. Then we're going to do this. We're just going to gain 1 experience there. Then on her turn, on its turn, he's going to gain 1 experience doing this attack. Interesting. I guess we don't actually get to gain 1 experience with that, because we actually... There are no enemies at exactly range 2. Woof. All right, well, -1 experience, give that back. That sucks. I can't run through the trap because I actually just die to it. Hey, Prototype, thanks for the cheer. So yeah, all right. Well, I don't get to gain 1 experience, and then here I gain 1 experience by healing, and I do a move 5, which gets me to the treasure. Oh, thank God. Never going to have to do this scenario again. Well, at least not in this campaign. They hit us and do a bunch of damage, but none of this stuff matters at all because none of them can kill the Quartermaster this turn, so we always win because there's no requirement of people not exhausting. Whew. Thank you, ECO. All right, let's do the post-scenario stuff. I guess scenario gives experience, right? Oh, it's back on the previous page. 20 experience each. Well, maybe that means we actually get a level for the Elementalist. Let's see, I think it actually does. So we pumped it up. We were at 6 here, so we're at +3, which means it's 5 actually. So we gain 14 experience, plus 16 is 30, so 50 experience. Yeah, that'll be a level. Nice. Vengeance now. Now we can actually cheese stuff. Yeah, we can continue on +3 and actually win easily. All right. Over here, it was 11. How much was it? Yeah, 14. So 25, 45. So we also gained a level. And then over here, 17, 27, 47. We did not gain a level, but that's okay. All right, and then loot 5 or more money tokens. No. Loot no tokens. No. 2 or less HP. I mean, son of a bitch. All right, the check mark actually matters. Oh, no. Wait. Was their deck? No, their deck was already shuffled before. Oh, what are they supposed to do? Okay. Do solo scenarios get harder at level 7? Interesting. All right, so I actually am supposed to do this because it actually does matter. I guess only the Stone Golem would hit me with an attack of 5. So I would discard this right away, and I would have the Stone Golem make an attack 5, targeting the Elementalist, because I want to get to 2 life. All right, here we go. Ugh. All right, well, so be it. None of the others would ever hit me, so I wouldn't have gotten my battle goal either. Wait, is 0 life? Hold on 1 second. Because I actually just had a better choice on my turn. Couldn't I just walk into the trap and die? Does that satisfy it for you? I've always thought this was weird. I could short rest. No, because it ends. I could have re-rolled on the short rest, maybe. But hold on. If you walk into a trap and die, yeah, I mean, 0 is less than 2, I guess. It's kind of weird, though, right? All right, so actually I had complete control of that. I could have just walked into the trap, because that changes nothing again, and died. And gone down to, yeah, this, and so then satisfied this. All right. Yeah, it's been such a long scenario that I'd forgotten about battle goals. So I will take that check mark, because that was easily within my control, even though the rest of these were not successfully accomplished. All right, so check marks. This means we're actually going to gain 2 perks over here, which is nice. Short rest is still current round. Yeah, technically. But anyway, walking into the trap is an easier solution for the problem, so no reason to mess with it otherwise. Ah, that's interesting though. I didn't know you could actually short rest before the scenario technically ends, but I guess that's a fair point. It is still current round. So yeah, huh. I never used that before, but that actually could be relevant. Although here we couldn't actually short rest because we would have only had 2 cards left in our pile. So we wouldn't have been able to pay 1 life rerolling. But again, walking into the trap solves the problem for us because we had nothing else to do there anyway. All right, so 2 perks. So let's go with +0 add target and replace 1+0 with 1+2, I think is correct. We said we wanted to try the add target because it's fun. Ah, but you can't actually get this on Vengeance. Which is the only thing we're going to be doing anyway, so does it really matter much? No, it's probably still correct. We'll try this. This is more fun, as was said. We gotta have a little bit of fun here. So I think I'm not sure if it's actually better to take this or just take this now, but this is more fun. So we'll take this and this. Otherwise, we would just take, I think, the 2 of these. So we'll replace a +0 with a +2. No, the +2 doesn't really matter either. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, neither things really matter. Yeah, no, I know. But outside of Vengeance, which one is better? Well, it's tough to say. We're gonna test a +0 again. At the very least, I mean, an add target. At the very least, we can say that we will have tried all the add targets and that it's always a terrible perk. Okay, so there we go. Check mark goes there. And yeah, level 7, we can take Pragmatic Reinforce. Oh, no. No. We'll take Vengeance. All right, I guess for anyone who doesn't actually know, I'll give a quick explanation. So here we have a top, which is kind of not good at all, honestly, as a support. The most effective things here are the healed figure may recover 1 of the discard cards, and the shield 1, obviously giving extra heal. I mean, doing +2 heal at level 7 is so bad. Giving shield 1 is actually kind of a useful effect. Even at level 7, this is still reasonable on top of a heal, can be quite powerful. The biggest problem is that this class has bad initiative. The fastest initiative at this point, at least, being a 15, and there's like 115, 117, and that's about it. So it's difficult to actually have the shield go consistently before enemies. The recovering lost cards, or discarded cards, though, is still quite a nice bonus. So honestly, it's an okay support action for situations in between rooms and stuff like that. The shield is kind of less relevant, more just this. But anyway, the nice thing about this card is you take it for the bottom and maybe occasionally use the top. The bottom is actually nice. So we've got attack 3, range 3 as a baseline for 7 with giving 1 experience is okay. And then dark is very, very, very easy for this class to produce between burial and pragmatic, although obviously not actually pragmatic because again, we'll get to this later. So you use vengeance for the top to just kill. I mean, you use vengeance for the top to just kill everything. You just beat scenarios this way, but yeah, so a lot of the times attack 5 range 3, and it can also be attack 5 poison wound range 3. I mean, anyway, it's a good bottom action. And then over here we have Vengeance. Vengeance actually has a bottom. I've never actually read this before. Move through, retaliate 1, affect 1 adjacent ally, and it can give you +2 retaliate. Man, these are like... Alright, I don't think that Isaac actually had the self-awareness of this, but who knows? Maybe he did. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit. He's basically combined essentially what is the best ability in the game and what is the worst ability in the game. Is this some sort of subliminal messaging or something? Isaac trying to turn everyone to evil by convincing them that dark is good and light is bad? Because yeah, I mean, so first of all, this card, the initiative doesn't even make sense on this card if we're being perfectly honest. Traditionally, very powerful effects. 30 damage top, 9 damage bottom, almost comparable. Yeah, I mean 30 damage is even reaching a little bit low. Well, I guess on average, yeah. But I'm also expecting this to be 9 damage. Who knows? But yeah, so the initiative on this card is weird because typically powerful effects like this have late initiative. Even on, for example, other classes which specialize on this, typically it's late initiative as well. So it's weird that this has early initiative, but I think the reason why this has been brought to early initiative is simply to try to accommodate this retaliate effect. But 33 initiative is so bad for a retaliate effect, and again, this class doesn't have good early initiative. And the worst part, I mean, this card is just such a mess, right? The worst part about this is it doesn't even work with your best early initiatives. You have a 15 and a 17, but neither of these have non-lost top actions. They both are just bottom actions. So you can't even have early initiative and give retaliate. How is this even supposed to work? This just doesn't seem thought out at all. And I guess no one has ever actually contemplated how effective this bottom could be because the top is one of the most broken actions in the game. All right. And again, the biggest shame with this card is that we simply play our level 7 card, Primal Duality, which gives us these two elements. I mean, dark plus light, which is the other element here, and then we just play the top. All right, so that's why we take Vengeance, which is just an infinitely better card. But actually, we'll keep Pragmatic Reinforcement over here because we probably take that card for the bottom at level 8. All right, so we have Vengeance. Well, things just got a lot easier, which is nice because I've not been enjoying this party very much. All right, level 7 for the Soothsayer. For the record, this is the level I really dislike, right? Yeah. Yeah, this one. 7 and 8 are both kind of interesting. I mean, just like the effects are very powerful, but this is tough. This is really tough. So, Booming Proclamation gives us a top attack, which is nice. But it's very dependent on having a great modifier deck, which we don't yet. Otherwise, it's just an attack 1, push 2. Now, the push can be relevant because our party doesn't really have much push, or any push, basically. But still, our modifier deck just isn't close to being there yet. Accordingly, I am not convinced. The best card here is Nightmare Serenade. 13 initiative is great, and another great bottom action. The problem is, it's another bottom action. The top isn't a song I don't think I've ever considered using. Last time I took Booming Proclamation, it was good in the party, though, and I had a much larger lineage for that character, so I had a much better modifier deck at this point. Here, with this modifier deck, I'm not really tempted. So I think Booming Proclamation is the card that I never take here, even though it is, again, a fine card. None of these choices are really bad. We'll keep these here because the 8 cards kind of suck as well. Then we've also got Pull the Strings. Pull the Strings is cool, another powerful bottom. Again, the issue is that it's powerful bottom. The song on top can, again, be relevant in some situations, but the problem is both halves of it are too situational. I mean, I guess the bottom is not really that situational. And it can even target elites, huh? Interesting. Nah, I think Nightmare Serenade is just a better bottom, unfortunately. Even though Pull the Strings is interesting, and Nightmare Serenade has better initiative. Yeah. Last time we took Booming Proclamation, I was happy with it. I think I'm going to take Nightmare Serenade this time. Biggest problem is we're just going to take another bottom action. We're going to have all the bottom actions and never any tops. But we're going to do our solo scenario, and we're going to fix that. All right, we've also got a perk. Yeah, I mean, I guess in reality, we actually would like to have some poison, to be honest. We kind of need it as a way to deal with shielded enemies. So getting a +2 poison seems better. I kind of wanted to get the rolling curses, but we get a lot of curses pretty easily, especially now that we have Nightmare Serenade. So I think replacing a 0 with a +2 poison seems good so that we can at least get a source of poison in there. All right, so let's get that +2 poison out of here, or out here, and get rid of a 0. Also need to clean up our decks. None in there, so there must be 2 over here, right? Yeah, and they've got a ton of curses in here, which I guess we'll grab out real quick as well. Just last chance for anyone who's watching right now, if you would like to vote on which. So tomorrow we will be doing at least 1 solo scenario, maybe 2, and then hopefully the goal is to do 1 to 2 solo scenarios plus 1 regular scenario. Obviously, it just depends how the solo scenarioing goes. But anyway, there's a link. You're welcome to vote. I prefer that you don't vote for 3 spears, but obviously you vote with your own conscience, so it's you who decides. Simply because I don't want to have to buy some silly boots. just to complete a scenario. But voting for anything is fine, obviously. All right, so here we have 4 gold, and it's gonna be 8 gold there. So still don't have enough for the major, so we'll hold off a bit longer. No, actually, we do actually have just enough for the major, but I guess it depends if we're doing solo scenarios or not. So we apparently do get to know that. So we'll take a look at that tomorrow. All right. So that's all that. Did we? No, we didn't get a check mark over here, right? No, it's the loot money tokens now, so we don't have anything to do post on the Quartermaster. Just double checking all the things. All right, I think we are good. So I'll just go double check the final tally for which scenario we'll do because I'll have to start setting it up. So let's see. Well, I'll give everyone 1 more minute to vote. All right. Is there anything else we need to do? At some point, we're gonna have to figure out what we're putting Nightmare Serenade in for. So we've got this which needs to go in, and this which needs to go in, and where's Vengeance? This which needs to go in. So everyone has a card to add, but I guess it also depends who will be playing, since we'll be doing solo scenarios, and what we'll be playing. All right. So last chance. Anyone who still wants to vote, feel free to vote. Again, as a reminder, we'll be streaming tomorrow at the usual time, 4 p.m. Central European Time, or GMT +1. All right, let's take a look at the poll. See what the results are. Okay, well, Triforce and then 3 Spears and Music Note are split. So I guess we'll be starting with Triforce tomorrow. All right. So if we do 2, I guess, then tomorrow we'll be doing Elementalist and then Soothsinger because there's a split between 3 Spears and I don't want to do 3 Spears right now, even though I know his item is good. And if we only end up doing 1, then we'll just do the Elementalist. So that'll be what we start with tomorrow, again, at 4 p.m. So thank you very much to everyone who tuned in. Have a great evening or a great rest of your day, and hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.